This is your 60-second countdown.
Just delay. Yeah! Straight through.
And that is beautifully done.
That sounded very good off the bat.
Cut away. Oh my goodness!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's game time.
It is indeed game time. Welcome everybody to Bears TV for another exciting edition of action in the Vitality T20 Men's Blast from right here in EdgBLASTon. Okay, it's the Bears taking on the Northamptonshire Steelbacks, and if the Bears win today, if they get the W today, they are virtually guaranteed a spot in the quarterfinals. I mean, if you do the maths, there's still ways around it, but who wants to do that much maths? I know a guy, and I will introduce you to him very, very soon. I can tell you that the toss has already taken place, and Northamptonshire have won it, and they will be batting first. I will take you through the teams very, very soon, but first of all, let me welcome you to the broadcast. My name is Atif Nawaz. I have an all-star panel with me today. And to my immediate left is the wonderful Mel Farrell. How are you, Mel?
I'm good. I'm a bit flustered because I've just got up here on the train because I was at Lord's yesterday.
Nice.
And but I would not miss this for the
So
world.
welcome to the true home of cricket, first of all. Now, I'm glad you're at Lord's, and we'll keep everybody up to date what's happening at Lord's. We've also got the wonderful Adam Bridges, very smugly wearing his hoodie today, based on the result on Friday.
It was a fantastic result on Friday.
Yeah.
Anyone who's not seen the back, there's a pear being eaten by a bear. I could spin round with the whole fashion show, but
Well, if
I've
you
got
want
my
to buy
shorts
it,
on today.
it's available at the
it's
EdgBLASTon Club shop, and from what I understand, there's not a lot of them left, so get them quickly. They could be a collector's item. Joining us today to talk us through all the stats and all the little wonderful idiosyncrasies of today's game, we've got the wonderful Badger in the den. It's Aaron Wiles, everybody. Aaron, how the heck are you?
Yeah, really good, Artif. Lovely introduction, that. And yeah, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Bears TV, because we've got an absolute cracker in store for us today. It's the Bears versus the Steelbacks. Plenty of stats, plenty of mathematical tidbits to go through as the game progresses. So yeah, we should be in for an absolute blockbuster encounter here at EdgBLASTon.
Well, I'm glad you said it, and I hope you got your calculators and your protractors and your compasses and everything ready to go, because we're going to be challenging all of that, aren't we, Bridge? We're going to be challenging all of that.
Absolutely.
This is exciting. We've got the two best bowlers really in the north of the Vitality Blast. You've got Ben Sanderson and Hassan Ali, who've both been superb, even on wickets for the season. They're both going to be in action here today. I mean, there's a lot of great players in action, but it's always nice to see that kind of battle at top of the table, if you were.
Yeah, well, Hassan Ali and Ben Sanderson, 24 wickets apiece. Do you know what? I was actually going through the various stats on the train coming up here, and it's incredible how tightly matched these two sides are in pretty much every metric, not just the points and the games played and everything else. But you mentioned Hassan Ali and Sanderson. Sam Hain has most runs for the Bears on 389. David Willey for the Steelbacks, 335. Even the amount of runs scored, get this, Bears, 2,167 this season. The Steelbacks, 2,127.
Ooh,
I kind of went
neck
through
and neck.
the whole way down. Runs conceded in almost every metric.
Wow.
These two sides are neck and neck, so it should be a really exciting game.
It should be. I can tell you that the Bears are ahead in the tables. We are currently in third place in the table, and the Northamptonshire Steelbacks are in fifth place. Speaking of the teams, we shall take you through them in a moment. Our Bears 11 for this match, and here it comes for you right now. It is a very, very exciting team. We've been enjoying watching them all season. At the very top is Alex Davies. Was wonderful to have him up here a couple of weeks ago after his terrific Player of the Match performance. Alongside him will be the international Tom Latham, who's also been very impressive. At the top of the order, Dan Mosley may come in at number 3, he may not. He can float, he can go anywhere, but he's absolutely brilliant. We love him, Dan the Man Mosley. And then here's a man who's on the verge of a milestone himself. Sam Hain is 18 runs away from 400 runs in this edition. of the Vitality Blast. Jacob Bethel as well is back for the Bears. Wonderful to have him back, released from England duty for the time being, and we're happy to have him. Ed Barnard, who was up here in the studio on Wednesday night. Georgie got to meet him. She got all the fun. I missed out on that one. George Garton had a chance to meet him. He was superb and brilliant. Very, very important player, as is Hassan Ali, who we've been talking about. Been taking tons of wickets for the Bears this season. So energetic and bringing so much vibrancy to the side. Danny Briggs down the order. All that experience with the ball. Part of the spin team that's been so successful for the Bears over the years. And Craig Miles there towards the bottom of the lineup, and there he is, he's back, there he is, double point, proper dart style from Mr. Gleeson, who will be back with the Bears as well today. It's a strong looking team. Now, we've seen a few different lineups for the Bears this season already, Adam. I mean, it's not a team that's been sort of, you couldn't set your watch to the lineup, but they always look like quite an impressive lineup regardless of the combination.
Yeah, the return of Richard Gleeson has meant they've gone for more of a pace attack. Jake Lintot's been the player that's missed out. So whereas in the past maybe they've relied on all those options with spin, actually it's been the pacemen that have been doing the work. Craig Miles chipping in again on Friday. Obviously, we just talked about what Hassan has been up to. And against this Steelback side, I think it looks a positive lineup. Remember the Steelbacks started like absolute trains, didn't they? They won their first 6 games, then they lost 5. Picked up a win on Friday, so they'll come with a little bit more confidence. But I think this pace attack that they've gone for in the last few games seems to be rewarding them. It goes against what they've done the last few seasons. That extra seamer seems to have made the difference.
It does seem to have made the difference. We can take a look at the Steelbacks team as well, and there's some players there that do stand out. Ravi Bopara still going after all these years. I can't look at Ravi Bopara's name without singing the song, Mel. I know you're like me as well. You can't help it. But I mean, there's Ben Sanderson. We've been talking about him as well in that lineup. Let me ask you, Aaron, who should we be looking out for in that lineup other than the three? Well, David Willey, the captain as well. But who have you got for us? Who should we be looking out for and why?
Yeah, so for me, I'm going right up the top of the order. Matthew Bretsky, the South African international, very dominant bottom-hand player, plays beautiful shots inside out over cover, also has a mean pull shots in the locker. So watch out for a few 4s and 6s from him. And also, I've got to go for Save Sabe, a proper stereotypical all-rounder, 3-dimensional, 3-faceted cricketer, gun batter, very good bowler and an outstanding fielder. So I think Save Sabe and Matthew Bretsky will be the danger men for the Bears to watch out for. I
saw Save Sabe in the nets a little bit earlier, working out. He was looking in good shape. We'll see how he gets on today. Let's take a look at that table. We just mentioned it briefly. The Bears in 3rd place, and there we got the Steelbacks just below them in 4th. I said 5th, didn't I? They're in 4th place, just above Leicestershire there. But with the result a little bit earlier today, the Bears, they're looking in good shape. If they can go through, they could join the women as well. We found out a little bit earlier that the women have qualified for finals day. Congratulations to the Bears women's team. And the men could virtually, I keep using that word virtually, but that is what it is, virtually make it there. And that would be quite something for this great club as well, Mel. I mean, to have the women's team make it to finals day, already confirmed in July, and then the men's team make it to the quarterfinals. I know they're a long way away in September, but you just have a nicer August, don't you? You got a quarterfinal to look forward to in September.
Absolutely, it would be a huge thing for the club, and I definitely would say after being here for that game against Lancashire a few nights ago, who were at the time top of the table, they've dropped down into 2nd now, but I thought they were brilliant. That was a side that was riding high, and the addition of Jacob Bethel for me is absolutely huge to have him come back as well. And I guess if you talk about going with the pace attack, well, we might even see a little bit of bowling from Jacob Bethel should the circumstances and the conditions require, and that's what a player like him gives. Not only that massive boost with the bat, but then a sneaky little option with the ball as well.
Well, he also offers that from the field as well. And I mean, we saw, I don't know if you've seen it yet, Artif, we saw the most phenomenal catch. You have to feel for Rob Yates because he did very little wrong the other night. He took that phenomenal catch that, I mean, I've never seen anything quite like it.
I showed everyone when I was down at Lord's. I was like, did you see the catch? Did you see the catch? I showed everyone, every single person I could talk to. And they were like, yeah, okay, yeah, that is really good.
But Jacob offers that in the field as well. So bringing someone like Jacob in with his quality, he just needs to play some cricket, doesn't he? Walking around training behind England is lovely, But actually, let's get him back playing cricket for the Bears.
And there's a bit of swagger as well about you when you keep coming back from joining the national team as well. Particularly this England Test team, who's like, there's a lot of ballyhoo about them, I would say.
To be fair, we see that when you come back from
That's also
TMS. You
true.
have that swagger about you when you've been, working on
Listen,
TMS.
what can I say? Listen, I can see Hugh Bear down there. Just give him a little wave. I don't know if you can see me from here, but he's waved at everybody. Hugh Bear and Carmen Bear in the house, by the way. So there's plenty of tickets available. So if you are in Birmingham, come and join us. It'll be a wonderful day. Lovely sunshine. Not absurd temperatures. I believe highs of 28 degrees today. So that's much more manageable compared to the last few days. You will have a lovely, lovely time here at EdgBLASTon, as we will as well. So just a reminder, the Bears lose the toss. Northants called correctly, and they will be batting first. So the Bears will be bowling first very, very soon. We are going to see all those star seamers that we've been talking about in action for the Bears. Let's talk a little bit about Gleeson as well. He's back in the side, and he's obviously a quality cricketer. The Bears have missed him a little bit. But is there something about, sort of adjusting to the rhythm of its side that's been winning?
It's difficult, isn't it? Because they were on a decent roll before the break, but bringing someone like Richard in, it's a bit of a no-brainer. He's your star bowler for opening up and also at the death. I mean, Hassan's doing more than a good enough job filling those boots. Yeah. But it's just the options. All of a sudden, we were in a scenario where Ed Barnard was taking the new ball, and at times he did it very effectively. Whereas now we're in a scenario where we've got two bowlers who can touch 90 miles an hour who are taking the new ball. And in this competition, when you need wickets, because wickets change games, having the likes of Gleeson, Hassan Ali, and then supported by George Garton, who obviously got 2 wickets in his first over against Lancashire, including Joss Butler. I mean, the quality and the variety they have now is exceptional. And then Craig Miles coming in those middle overs to hit the pitch hard, tidy things up. They've got so many options.
Who are you throwing the opening ball to Mel? I mean, you got some options there. Are you going traditional? I mean, you're a traditionalist, aren't you? I reckon you're throwing it to Hassan one side, maybe, and Gleeson the other.
Yeah, well, maybe I would do that. I just think about the other night as well when I was here. I mean, Garton was amazing. And to see what he did. So, I mean, he's certainly laid a claim to having a go with the new ball. So maybe we might see him with Hassan Ali.
I think it'll be the two Gs.
The two
I think
Gs,
we'll see Gleeson
and Garton.
Yeah,
it makes sense. Hassan Ali quite likes coming on first change as well, doesn't he? And you want to save those overs for that. There's Hugh Bear. I haven't seen Carmen anyway yet so far today, but there's Hugh Bear having fun with the crowd. Look at that. It's a lovely, lovely atmosphere. A day of T20 Blast action here at EdgBLASTon. You just can't beat it. So pick up your tickets and come and join us. It's going to be great fun. Such a pleasure to be back here as well. Myself, listen, we've got a great commentary team today. Melinda Farrell's with us. Very excited to have her. We're going to have recorder Gordon Flash joining us a little bit later on as well. Adam Bridge is going to be taking up head commentary very, very shortly. And, of course, Aaron Wiles. And my request to you guys, just before I leave you, is to make life difficult for Aaron today. Okay, he knows everything there is to know about everything. We've managed to talk about pop culture and films and television and beach volleyball of all things. And he's got stats on everything. So don't go easy on him, Mel. Test him out. Test him out. Right, the players are making their way out to the middle. I can see the batters and the fielders for the Bears. So to take you through the first stage of commentary, it's going to be Adam Bridge alongside Melinda Farrell, and very, very shortly going to be joined by recorder Gordon.
Thank you, Artif. Our two umpires today, Tom Lumley and James Middlebrook, make their way to the middle. Like he says, it's a beautiful afternoon. An afternoon for watching cricket, there's no doubt about it. The sun's out, not too many clouds in the sky, and the Bears, with a victory today, would almost guarantee that place in the top 4, which at times, let's be fair, this campaign had looked a little bit in doubt, a shaky start. However, fingers crossed against the Steelbacks. It was a tough game when they played them last time around. George Scrimshaw having a big impact that day, but it was a narrow victory for the Steelbacks, who've won their last 2 against the Bears.
They have, yep. Was just about to bring up the head-to-head. The overall is 24-19 in favour of the Bears. The Steelbacks have won the last 2. However, they have not won here at EdgBLASTon since 2020. 4 straight defeats for Northants in the T20 format in the second city.
That's what we like to hear. We like those kind of stats. And bearing in mind the other day we found out that Lancashire hadn't won it for 10 years. We like those kind of records. It's all good. Ricardo's here.
Hi, everyone.
How
Hope
are we?
We're all having a wonderful Sunday afternoon.
Yeah,
Hi, Mel.
Hi, we've never actually met. Nice
no,
to
we
meet
haven't.
you. We're
Nice to
shaking
meet you.
hands.
Yes, of course we are. For those who can't see, right? Yeah.
George Garton's going to get us underway from the Birmingham end. The T20 Women's International was here yesterday, wasn't it? Which proved a bit of a thriller. So if we get a thriller, that would be quite nice today.
Yeah, very, very late win in the end.
Hopefully,
Very welcomed.
hopefully not too exciting. Seems to be that way whenever everyone comes here. Goes Garton.
And opening up for Northants, as ever, as we expected it would be. Ricardo Vasconcelos and Matt Bretsky, who've been in pretty good form this season. Bretsky got 93 on Friday, didn't he, from 45 balls,
Yeah.
which was pretty impressive. A strike rate of over 200.
Yep, unbelievable cricketer. Really, really big fan of Matthew Bretsky. Just possesses so many shots in the locker. He's one of those players who can go from 0 to 100 in the blink of an eye.
But not today, hopefully. Going to be first wide of the game and the first runs of the game.
Could see why Garts went for a little bit of a straighter ball there, because the first ball looked like it shaped a little bit. Probably just getting a little bit too greedy, wanting it to do a bit too much there. But right intention.
He was just brilliant when he came in and opened the bowling the other night. Just the star power that they had in that Lancashire side. And he went through it.
First runs off the bat. Could be tight, this one. Ooh. I think Tom Latham would be disappointed he didn't hit the stumps there. He was only, 7 or 8 yards away with that effort. And that would have been out, I think, give it a hit.
It looked very tight, didn't it?
I was watching very intently on Wednesday night the T20 against Lancs, and it just reminded me of when we used to play like the mighty Knots of the time, when they used to have Hales, Lum, Mulaney, Samet, Dan Christian, Taylor, and you just felt all-star pack, power pack team, and it just kept coming at you. But we just always found a way to just beat those teams, because you never got scared, and it just felt that way when we were watching. When I was watching us play against Lancs, we were never daunted by the big names and the big internationals in that team.
Could be the first boundary of the day. Bretsky's off and running.
Yeah, I first really started watching Bretsky when I was in South Africa for the SA20 over the winter, and he was playing for the Durban Super Giants, and he was outstanding there. And
He did have a quite good season.
yeah, and he really is. Just echoing, look, that's just a glorious shot. The timing to be able to pick that gap out straight away through the covers, just nipped straight through the players. He's a very classy player.
Can't really afford to give him that kind of width, can you? He's going to punish you every time.
Like that. It's still too much, and the way he's checked that one and just held the pose a little bit, he knew that was going for 4 straight away.
Yeah, Garts was probably getting a bit too full, trying to look for that inward shape back into the right hander, just getting a bit too full, and Bretsky answers the questions and punches it really well through the covers.
Yeah, really lovely shot.
He seems to have a bit of calm about him as well. You know, in the modern day T20 cricket, you have the dashers and the bashers, but he seems to be a proper batter up front.
This time they've got protection. Well, he has played a couple of tests for South Africa.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know, he certainly has the technique to play all formats of the game. Just very versatile.
Yeah,
I
and he
think.
opens in the ODIs as well, doesn't he? So.
Not seen much of that early shape we saw from George Garton first up. It's interesting, OHD was saying a couple of, you can smack this white ball for 4 and all of a sudden any ability to swing it disappears. That's
There
better.
it is, though. There it is to the left-hander a little bit. You can tell from the way that Vasconcelos has played that ball. Rather than just knocking it back down the line, it seemed to have hit the outer half of the bat. So it's not a bad start.
No,
Not a bad
11,
start.
11 off the first over.
2 good shots. It wasn't erratic cricket or, you know.
Yeah, I think it just gave Garton just gave him a little bit too much width early on. I'm sure he'll be looking to correct that as the game goes on.
Yeah. Asked a few questions of Bretsky and he answered them. Just good cricket all round, I think.
And I mean, we saw it was a belting track the other night when it came to batting, and certainly haven't seen anything yet that makes me think today will be anything otherwise.
See what Richard Gleeson's got to offer from this pavilion end. On the money straight away.
Yeah, it's a much better line to Britsky.
And length. Forcing him, if he wants to take it on, he would have to play a massive drive under up. Can only hit that over long on, over mid off, or mid on there. So that's a great line, and Richard Gleeson with a bit of extra, obviously extra pace and height will provide a bit more of a challenge here for Britsky.
Always picked him up there. And it's a shot that we're familiar with time and time again when there's such pace, just helping it round the corner. It's a brilliant shot.
Well, and that side of the stadium, where the Hollies stand is today, is the shorter side. So anything straying down leg at the moment or on leg stump for Bretsky, he's going to do his best to put that away. And really, that was just helped on its way with a little flick.
For any young cricketer out there, especially a batter, when you talk about ball striking, he's hit 3 glorious shots so far. That one is just a lovely pickup, balance, poise, head position. It's excellent. Wasn't a wild swing. He just used the pace really well there and deposited it into the top tier of the family stand.
How will Richard Gleeson respond? Bit shorter. One more to the total. On to 18 without loss. There's plenty of other games in the North groups going on this afternoon. We'll get Aaron to keep an eye on those as the afternoon progresses. Top 4 all playing each other, aren't they? So it's going to be quite an afternoon of drama in the Blast. Final round of games, of course, on Friday.
Couple of teams with a few more games in hand as well. So this one is, as we know, it's a crucial 4 points. Catch him. Oh.
Lovely ramp. It's a brilliant shot from Vasconcelos this time. We saw someone in the test match earlier today. We're seeing him again now.
It's just great to watch, isn't it? That when the execution is so good, got himself into position early, and when you've got someone with the pace of Gleeson, you just have to make sure the connection's there.
Contact's good, yeah.
Then it's on its way. But really, we're really well played. I think this is going to be a cracker this afternoon. These teams, 2 teams, are just going to go hammer and tongs.
Oh, same again.
Oh.
This time 1 bounce for 4. Gleeson going fuller. And it's taken on the full by Vasconcelos.
Well, that might have been even better.
He's attempted Yorker by the looks of things. Yeah.
It was outside his off stump as well, isn't it?
That's quite an extraordinary shot in the end. The way he's got across to that and where he's deposited it.
What I would like to see here from Glees is a little bit more careful game planning. You know, when someone's ramping, you know, he's bowled the ball there to Bretsky. He's got line just a little bit too straight. He's helped it along. Then he corrected with a nice, strong, heavy length ball outside the off stump. Vasconcelos looking to ramp here again. See what Glees does. Slow ball bouncer. So potentially, if you know, when you do your pre-game stuff, if you have a player who you know doesn't quite hit the ball over the top, probably set your deep fielders back, probably put the fine leg in earlier and then use that short ball, obviously with the pace that he's got, or force them to hit more on top of the bounce.
2 overs gone then, 26 without loss.
Every great team has its unsung heroes. The all-rounders, the heavy lifters, putting their organisation on the map. We're talking about you, the humble IT engineer, supporting EdgBLASTon across the season. They're the ones delivering, day after day.
Here comes Hassan Ali to bowl over number 3, 26 without loss. Good single. Well run, well fielded by Barnard. It's one more to the total, 27 without loss.
I swear his hair looks even better today than it did when I was here a few days ago.
He looks fresh from the shower today, doesn't he?
It's great hair. I think he's got better hair than KL Rahul, and he's got great hair. But, he's done very well with growing the locks out. And good ball first up as well.
Hair's on point, bowling's not bad either. That's good. Oh, almost chopped on, yeah. It's very, very impressive, considering he's played 2 less games than Sanderson as well, to rack up the 24 wickets that he has this campaign. Of course, there was that marvellous hat-trick here as well. What a night that was for Hassan Ali. Been picked up in the Big Bash as well, hasn't he?
He has.
I think he has, yeah, I thought he has. He has been picked up in the Big Bash for the winter down under.
Catch him.
Oh, 6 all the way. Oh,
I love it, Ricardo. You're still out there, aren't you?
Yeah,
You're still out there.
I'm still in the game. But just before that ball was bowled, you could have seen me peering down to see what field set was in play for Vasconcelos. Hassan being a bit skiddier with the pace. It's a bit harder to get the ramp out, but we can see the fine leg is back. We can see a complete different field set for Vasconcelos here from Hassan. He's got the deep backward square and the fine leg for those who can't see. Catch him.
oh, just short.
Dropping
Just
just short of cover there.
Just for a moment, you thought he was in the game with that Barnard.
You can see the plan is to hold more of a back of a length, but keep it quite straight. Cramping Vasconcelos for room there. Just about squeeze it past the catch and extra cover. Northants after a bit of a flyer.
It's not been a bad over, and it's gone for 11 runs.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? Started off really tightly as well. Can he get out of it?
That's a clever shot. Outfield's so quick, isn't it?
Well, it is, and I mean, those two fielders, there was not much space between them at all. They practically could have held hands, I think, and that ball still managed to get through, but it looks hard as a rock, this outfield. Ball's flying on it. And even though they have got off to a flyer, I mean, I just think we're in for another high-scoring game here all around.
Oh, that's going all the way as well. Expensive over in the end from Hassan Ali. 17 from it. And after 3 overs, the Steelbacks are on to 43 without loss. Vasconcelos on 25. Gretzky on 17. Remember, they're fresh off 237 that they scored on Friday night.
Amazing, hey. And the thing is, look, it hasn't been, you haven't felt like they've taken loads of risks.
Yeah.
They've played, you know, a couple of ramps, been able to do that without too much risk. But that because this outfield is so quick, they've basically just got to be a fielder, one fielder anywhere on that ring, and the ball's going for 4.
Yeah, 100%. And what demonstrates as well is how evenly paced and true the wicket is. Because some of the shots you see in that Vasconcelos just being able to stand up, knock it on top of the bounce, get it between backward point and cover, being able to hit through the line of some of those cover drives suggests that the pitch is really well paced. So Northants will be saying, yeah, we're off to a flyer, but to keep this up, they have to think how much is enough here.
Well, they've been using the pace so far very well, so the Bears take the option to slow it down a bit with Dan Mosley. Only a little bit, though, obviously. He'll be bouncing it and firing it in, I'm sure.
Yeah, but he's got a dot first up, and we haven't seen too many of those.
Not at all.
That's a lovely shot again. It's a true cricket shot once more for 4.
Tell you what, though Northants Steelbacks here are off to a flyer, like I said before, 47, 3.2 overs. Those two batters out in the middle will be thinking, right, we need 200 plus
Yeah,
here.
absolutely.
If this pitch is this well with the new ball, we have to make sure we come out of this power play maybe 70 without loss to make sure in the middle overs we can capitalize. And there we go, big shout for LBW. Not out.
Oh, that not out, but again, it's a dot ball. So Mosley coming into the attack and taking that pace off might just be a really wise option as far as trying to put the brakes on this flying start.
It looks like there's a helmet issue here. Did it come off Davo's helmet, potentially? Or was it one of the Steelbacks player? I think it's come off someone, so they want to get the old concussion check on. Yeah, it's come off Davo's helmet, I think. As it was fizzed in by Dan Mosley off the pad onto the helmet of Alex Davis.
Oh, how much is Dan Mosley going to love that? Yeah, they needed a concussion check after facing me.
Well, what did I say to you on Wednesday night when he took those 4-4s off the over of Jimmy Anderson? I said he'd be unbearable. So we were having a conversation on Thursday, and we were messaging each other. And one of the things he said, I said, we did think you'd be bigging up a bit. He taking 16 off Jimmy Anderson. He went, it's Sir Jimmy, actually.
He's great value. Danger Mouse.
So 47 without loss. Then I think Davo's fine. I think
Dots and fours.
Yeah, we always knew Davo was going to be fine, didn't we?
Yeah.
But
dealing with dots and boundaries at the moment here.
I'd say in previous seasons, Dan's been equally effective with bat and ball. Aaron, the ball a little more disappointing this campaign compared to previous?
I think that's fair in terms of economy rate. He has been expensive, 9.26, but he's a wicket taker. He's taken 11 wickets so far in this campaign. So I think that's a fair assessment by his lofty standards, but Dan Mosley, as we all know, is a game changer across all three facets, and he loves the big occasion, doesn't he? So he'll be relishing this opportunity today.
He's been parked away to the boundary for 4 more by Vasconcelos, who's on to 29, brings the 50 up, and we've got a ball left in the 4th over.
Yeah, and he just backed away and gave himself the room to play that shot, just carving it over extra cover. Love seeing that shot.
It's no risk cricket, is it?
It hasn't been so far.
Attempts to do it again here. Dan just follows him a bit better and cramps him for room. Another dot ball.
And all in all, you'd take 9 off the over given the start, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely. 50 has come up in that 4th over. So it really is a good start. But I absolutely agree with you, Ricardo. These batters out here, that conversation they're having now, I reckon they're saying, we've got to make sure we rack up a big one here.
Yeah. Question is, how many is enough?
Yeah.
You know we've got the Bears squeeze in the middle as well. When the Bears get out this power play, the spinners will probably come in. You see Craig Miles coming on now. Or is it Gleeson?
I think Gleason's going to have a bowl.
Gleason's having a switcheroo.
That's Lucas Jukovic, the former Birmingham City forward, who's retired at the end of last season, who's got the best seats in the house today on the far sides.
Oh, they can't be better than ours, can they?
They're not bad.
They're pretty good, to be fair.
Good.
That's not bad at all.
You're at square leg at one end. It's very nice. Right, Gleason's back. 15 off his first over.
I saw him back away there and just followed him, Gleason.
Yeah, your eyes are quite sharp there, Mel, because I was watching the screen here and even live as well. You can see not only has he backed away, but he's standing quite deep in his crease as well. Maybe thinking about the bounce and the speed from Gleason there, probably looking to counteract it, give himself a little bit more time. So Gleason's seen it, followed him really well, bowled, executed that plan pretty well to his field.
You feel like any ball that's a dot or a 1 is a real win at the moment.
Slower ball, full toss this time.
Well, it's a nifty bit of, I don't know what it was, a little gymnastic.
It's done quite well there.
On the ground, the leg comes
6'3"
out.
of him to get down.
It's
sprawled all along the ground.
Yeah.
I think quite interesting here. Gone a little Gleason's, as we know, when he's played for England or around the franchise circuit, it's quite a good death bowling. He's gone Yorker plan straight away here. Suggests that the pitch is pretty good.
Now, is he going to get that? No, he's not.
That looks like it's Bethel out there waited an age for that ball to come down.
So
Took a dive into the covers.
having a nap on the covers. Why not? I thought he was in it there for the moment. It was like they were there to cushion his blow, his fall, but such a languid shot.
Well, you were at Lords yesterday, so when saw Zach Crawley's attempt to take the catch, and he managed to palm back in and restrict them to a single. Some of the fielding you see now is quite phenomenal.
But that, I mean, even though that was a 6, this has been a much better over from Gleeson because he's just been able to restrict them. And even that 6 was just on the edge of, could have easily just dropped a metre short and then Bethel would have been right in there. So this has been much better from Gleeson, who I agree, he's gone to his death bowling plans, hasn't he?
Yeah, 100%. As you can see, he's using his experience and his skill level here. So we know he's a highly skilled fast bowling player. Here he is again to Vasconcelos. There we go again. Wide Yorker plan here, making the batter have something to think about. Like we said, I keep banging on about it, but it does suggest that this is a really good surface to bat on. If you just run up and bowl length, the batters have all the time in the world. It's evenly paced and really can trust the bounce. You can back yourself to hit through the line of the ball really well.
Umpire just indicating, was he there? It was close to being a wide.
Great, finish it over. Can we get a run out? Oh,
Slower ball again, pays dividends. Just 60 now.
A really good over.
Overs,
yeah,
it's
really
much better,
good
wasn't
over
it?
from Gleeson.
And you're right what you said about the 6, because the 2 outfielders that they're allowed out are set for the hook, just in case something goes wrong. They're both backward of square on this near side. So 5 overs gone, 60 on the board. Ricardo's going to leave us. Artif's going to return. In the meantime, just a quick word on Vasconcelos, because we talked about Bretsky at the start. How's the season gone for Vasconcelos so far?
Well, comparatively, he's been a little bit quieter compared to Matthew Bretsky. So I'll take a look at the numbers for us now while we just see him on the screen. So 245 runs at 22.27 with just the 150. That's the metric which I look at, because he's a far better cricketer than that. He's had lots of starts, plenty of 4s and 6s, not too many massive scores as of yet.
Well, he's on 36 today off 18, and Mosley follows him. And it's a dot ball. Every one of those is welcome.
You won't get many today. Not many for the pound.
I've actually been down to Northants a bit last season and the season before. So take a single, and I've commentated on those guys down there with Dan Jadzkowitz on the Northants stream, and I don't know why, and I probably shouldn't admit this, but I've got this thing that gets into my head whenever Vasconcelos plays, and as I keep saying his name in my head in a Sean Connery voice.
Well, can you actually do it not in your head in a moment? It's slightly miscued, but one bounce to Barnard.
I don't know why it's the most ridiculous, but I just keep thinking of Vasconcelos. and I don't know why.
Very good.
I don't know why it happens, but every time he plays now, it gets in my head. Atif is just looking at me.
Artist very rarely speechless, however.
I was just thinking, do you expect me to hit a 6 off the last ball? No, Mr. Vasconcelos, I expect you to get out.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
Well, no, I get it. There's words like that.
It just happens.
It's like moustache. You can't say moustache. Can't say it without Sean Connery. I can't say the word moustache. Yeah.
Oh, that's a foul.
Oh, wow.
I was about to say what a good over from Dan Mosley so far, but after 3 singles, that's an excellent shot from Bretsky again.
You got a bit predictable there, Mosley. I mean, he's just trying to dart it in, keep it full, sort of reduce that swinging arc for the batter, but eventually the batter's going to adjust, and he knew the full ball was coming, made room quite nicely, stepping outside the leg stump, and as you say, expertly guided it through the gap, and this is an outstanding power play from the Steelbacks.
Yeah, it wasn't just that he gave himself room, he waited for the ball and just opened that face.
Quicker, shorter from Mosley in response. And it's 1 to the total, and it completes the power play. Aaron, how are the Steelbacks doing, and how does that compare with the scores we've seen so far this season here?
Well, the average here at EdgBLASTon in 2025 is 52 for 1, so well above average, and in fact 68 for none is the highest of any opposition power play here at EdgBLASTon so far this season. So the Steelbacks are flying, the Bears are desperately searching for some wickets, and this partnership growing incredibly nicely. So excellent start for Darren Lehman's men. As for the Bears, they need at least one of, if not both of these players out in the next few overs.
Yeah, got to agree with that. And looking very dangerous. Bretsky, as advertised, a very, very attacking player. It's downstairs in the sound tent. A couple of fans there of Bretsky making their excitement known for some of his hits. One of those sixes went straight into that electronic screen, and yeah, the person who runs the screens wasn't very happy.
Here's Craig Miles and starts with a wide. Craig Miles is on his way back to Gloucester next season, I believe.
I don't know if you've noticed a little quirk about Matthew Bretsky, but he's quite twitchy with his head, and it almost looks like he's having a conversation with someone, and he's nodding, and there he goes again. Yeah. Like he's oh yeah, no, no, and he does it all the time.
Are you sure he's not just saying Vasconcelos in a Sean Connery accent at the other end of the field?
No. Oh no, what was that?
Oh, what's happened?
That's awful. That was horrible. Oh, it's Dan and Hassan. What have they done between? I think Hassan tried to. They both had different ideas, because Hassan thought that he could parry it to Dan, and Dan tried to kick it back in, but he accidentally kicked it past Hassan, who made a diving goalkeeper-style attempt to save it, and it didn't work out. And well, the net result is 4 more runs for the Steelbacks.
And a very unhappy bowler generally as well at these points. Let's have a look. Short, turn around the corner.
And just there's that kick. Wait for that kick. Oh, he's flicked it. Oh, he's just do it. Oh, no. Back of the net.
Another wide ball from Craig Miles, who's just struggling to find his length here and his line.
What's Mosley's football team of choice?
Oh, Aston Villa, of course.
Aston Villa, okay, fair enough, okay. I was just wondering if he was keeping an eye on the Club World Cup final tonight.
No one?
I thought you might have. You don't have a gig? You don't have a gig for it?
I was offered a couple, but yeah, no, not for me, this one.
Just spoke about how
great film.
Twitchy Bretsky is, but just look at how still he is when he actually bats. He's all twitch, and then the stillness that he has as the ball comes down the track is just beautiful to watch.
And kind of subverts that saying, doesn't he? The calm before the storm. He's more the storm before the calm.
Yes,
he gets all the storm out of his system before the calm kicks in. And they just look untroubled at the moment, the Steelbacks. I mean, we know it's a really good wicket. Took some runs here yesterday in the T20 in the women's game.
Is that like a T20I?
Yeah.
Well, we've had this discussion already.
I was literally
today,
winding up Bridge with that description. That's better.
Because I referred to it as an IT20, and he went, well, there's a bit of a contradiction here because it's not an IOD.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Yeah, I'd say IOD.
IODs sound like something you used to get hair dye out of your head, don't you? You need an IOD. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so the T20 yesterday with some runs in it. There's a lot of runs in this pitch, clearly. Great job by ground staff, Gary Barwell and his team.
Ooh, cut away. And it's going to go all the way for 4 more. Mosley was giving chase.
I actually thought that one might be going over the rope, but that looks like it's probably the longest part of the ground in that little pocket. Over towards sort of, I guess, the Pershaw Road end, or Pershaw Road side. Getting my geography as the local, of course.
Yes, mate. That's local knowledge. That.
Oh,
Pershaw Road.
Pershaw Road. Have you been out for dinner up in Sturchley? If you go up Pershaw Road.
I don't know.
Oh, you need to do that.
Can you get a chicken burger there?
Oh, that's a great shot. Look at that. Stand and deliver for 6 for Vasconcelos, who moves on to 48 off just 24 balls.
Yeah, it's looking a bit ominous for the Bears at the moment because they've tried different things already. Wide Yorkers, I thought, were a good shout. I had Recorder talking about that, but generally speaking, anything in the hitting arc has been dispatched, and they've got to 85 without really much much fuss.
You know what they haven't tried? Canny Danny.
Can
Canny Danny Briggs.
Yeah.
There he goes again. 4 more. Expensive over. 21 off the over from Craig Miles. Vasconcelos brings up his 50 off just 25 balls. And then on to 89 without loss from 7 overs.
Yeah, terrific innings that, wasn't it? Just beautiful stroke play, very, very entertaining, very modern style of play from Vasconcelos. I mean, a lot of the build-up was around Bretsky. I'm sure there's partnerships like that, where opening pairings like where there's a lot of focus on one player, but the other player every now and again just reminds everybody that I've got some skill. And Vasconcelos here has just done exactly that. Vasconcelos.
I'm sorry, just
I've got to find the swagger, the Mel Farrell swagger to say it. But he's been terrific, really, really entertaining to watch. But I'm sure there's a lot of Bears fans who are entertained enough. Thank you very much. And be happy to see the back
He
of
can
them.
do one now, that's fine. Here is Canny Danny Briggs from the pavilion end.
Pace off, I think, is probably the option. Straight away, just a little bit of caution from Bretsky. Just looking, I mean, the decent balls have been going the distance because the track is so good. And that last ball for the last over from Miles, the full toss, that's really going to be punished. So that's just a single, good start from Briggs. And that's the problem. When it's such a good track, the margin for error for the quicks just becomes tiny. And probably the one we've seen adjust best has been Richard Gleeson because of that death bowling that he's gone to so early in the match. It tells you a lot about the pitch.
Oh, just going to beat the infield.
And that goes back to what I said earlier. It's so quick that you've just got to beat one fielder. That's it. Just to the left or to the right of any fielder, and you're gone. Although now the field spread, they've got 3 fielders out on the leg side for the left-handed Vasconcelos. But he's able to reverse and go the other way.
Chance maybe. Catch taken. Brilliantly taken as well by Sam Hain, who makes his way in from the ropes, and Vasconcelos is on his way for 56. Brilliant opening partnership between those two. 94 they put on. Vasconcelos, off 26 deliveries, is on his way for 56.
You called it, Adam. You said Canny Danny Briggs, and he's brought you the wicket. And he was quite smart, really, because he knows the batter's going after him. He's trying to be inventive. Still not afraid to sort of hang the ball in the air a little bit. Just move it away. Make it difficult for the batter to get his hands through the ball. Wide, outside the off stump. Make him chase the ball and bowl to your field. You got your deep extra cover in place for that spoon chance. And it's taken. It was a very entertaining innings from Vasconcelos, but it's time for the Bears. Maybe an opportunity here for a little bit of a reprieve and just to pull things back. That Wasp has come in a tiny bit as well. The Wasp was up to 234 in that over, with the wickets come down to 224. So the win and score predictor already seeming to indicate it will be a high-scoring encounter, this.
Doesn't get too much easier, though, when you see David Willey walking out, highest run score of 4. The Steelbacks this year with 335 runs. And when they met in June in Northants, these two sides. And he and Bretsky, I should say, were two who scored a lot of the runs between them.
Yeah, well, he got 53 off 33 on Friday night in the win against Derbyshire. And he's off the mark straight away. Quick word on that catch from Sam Hain as well. That was really well judged, wasn't it, actually? Because it was quite low down, but he took it brilliantly in the end.
It was one of those sort of swerves in the air a little bit as well, just because of the angle. He was chasing the ball. It was an outside edge, so it sort of swerves banana style in the air, and he just judged it perfectly. And we sort of take him for granted every now and again, but it's very, very impressive to see live. Nice catch from Haney.
And a good over, all in all, from Danny Briggs. It's 7 from it, and the precious wicket the Bears needed. So after 8 overs, the Steelbacks 96 for 1. George Garton is returning to the attack from the City end, 96 for 1.
And it's one of those days where Alex Davies probably thinking, would have been nice to have a few more spin options just to take the pace off a little bit. It's been a tough time for the Pacers so far in this game, but you got a new batter to aim at, and you got some power play restrictions removed, so now you have some deep fielders. Perhaps that will help contain a little bit.
I wonder if we will see Jacob Bethel if they do decide that pace off is away.
Just a shot. That is such a good shot. I mean, it's not an ideal delivery from Garden first up. It's sort of a half volley wide outside the off stump, but he picked his spot there, Bretsky, and he tried not to hit. He didn't try to hit the ball too hard. Just as you were saying earlier, Melinda, just waited on it so nicely and just guided it behind square in the offside and picks up 4 easy runs. He just looks so effortless with his boundary shots. Like that. Pace off that time from Garton. Again, nicely weighted by Bretsky, but just made a little adjustment there, Garton. Just slowing things up a little bit. It's going to be one of those days, I feel like, Bridge. You're going to need to see loads of change-ups and variations, and just no 2 balls have got to be the same, really.
No, 100's up for them, isn't it? 101. In 8.1 they brought the 100 up. Wow.
Oof, that is rapid. What do you normally look at doubling around 12 or 13 overs? It doesn't always work out like that, though.
Especially when your opening batter gets 50 on a 200 strike rate.
Yeah.
Just going to be one.
Well, that shot is so indicative, isn't it? They're going for it.
It's actually the speed with that just little flick has reached the fielder in the deep. That ball is absolutely flying today.
Yeah. It's a lovely surface here. EdgBLASTon, one of the nicest outfields, I think, in cricket as well. You wander around, it's so lush and so lovely.
Look,
it feels nice under your feet.
Just keep your eye on Bretsky's head. So still when he plays like that. Oh my goodness, got every piece of that. It doesn't matter whether they're bowling short, bowling full, bowling wide outside the off stump, no matter where, he's got the shot. They're having a good time.
Yeah, what a lovely moment for that young man. He'll remember that for a long time. The ball came travelling towards him. Oh, Bretsky, that's just what he does. Another lovely contact as you see off the bat. His head perfectly still as he swiveled it and pulled that ball away. Some real questions now for George Garton to try and answer. Namely, how do I get out of this over without conceding another boundary?
Bretsky on 47 as well. Danny Briggs with the fielding. I think Alex Davies, the biggest regret he'll have so far is not winning the toss, because I think the Bears would have batted today. Seems to be their preference.
Have you got anything for us on the batting first, batting second, and how things go?
We have so far this season. We'll talk about that after this delivery, Mel.
Last ball of the over. It's going to be a cheeky single. 109 for 1 after 9 overs. What you got?
Yeah, so in terms of those kind of breakdowns so far in 2025, the chasing team has won 4 of the 6 matches here at EdgBLASTon in 2025. It's so weird, though, because in 2023 and 2024, the vast majority of matches were won by the team batting first. So it's almost been a role reversal in this year's T20 Blast. But I'll tell you what, we are looking at a mammoth score here regardless. 109 for 1 after 9. We haven't really touched upon this, but Northants have brought up their 100 in 8.1 overs. That's the fastest of any team at EdgBLASTon so far this season. So they are rocking and rolling in truly tremendous fashion so far.
As Mel Farrell said, here's Jacob Bethel.
Yeah, called him out.
I thought we might see him. If he's there, why not use him? Just to break things up again, pace off, make them generate their own power. Also, the left arm, the slightly different angle, just gives you a different option as well. Just stops them from getting used to any particular type of bowler as well. I like this.
Oh, Willie's put that up in the air. Barnard's not going to get there. It's going to land safe.
Wow, that's amazing. There are 3 fielders in that quadrant of the field, but it manages to plop right in between them. But encouraging for Bethel, because it's only 2 balls and already he's drawn a top edge.
This time that's coming straight. It's coming in our direction. Not far away from us as well. I reckon that will be in with the members downstairs. There's no doubt about that. That's a huge 6 from David Williams.
Yeah, it's landed in someone's soup, I reckon. It's a big hit there. We thought for a second they might just rein it in a little bit, Northants, after that. Maybe show a little bit more respect to the slower bowler, inducing the false shots and things like that. But David Willey's not going to hold back. And from the Northamptonshire perspective, you sort of understand it's the right thing to do to try and persevere with this momentum. But you're still in the game as Jacob Bethel. Hopefully you won't be too put out by that 6.
Swept for 6.
Yeah, that one was offered up, though. It was in the slot for Willie. And after getting that top edge and thinking, might have had an opportunity to get him, while David Willey has just sent both the next 2 balls right out of the middle of the bat.
Striking at 300, just over. Partnership already 30 off 12 balls. What's better from Bethel? Unlucky.
Amazing little contest here, because you've had 2 balls that could easily have got a wicket. You've had 2 balls that Willie got hold of and has absolutely smoked. But at the end of it, he is still out there, and again, it's another expensive over. Let's see if Bethel can get out of it here. And he does pretty well, just keeps that one to a single. Well, it's a bit of licorice, all sorts, everything in that over.
It certainly was. 10 overs gone, the halfway stage of the Steelbacks innings. 1-2-7 for 1. Mel's going to leave us. Ricardo's going to head back in. Just having a look elsewhere in the cricketing world this afternoon. England now 175 for 6. Joe Root out. Ben Stokes and Chris Wokes are the not out.
How many did Joe Root get?
40.
Ooh.
Washington got him and Jamie Smith. So maybe a bit of spin down at Lords, and we'll get an update on the other Blast games shortly from Aaron. Hassan is back. Ricardo's back. Look, one quick man on the field and one quick man beside us.
It's been interesting so far. 127. How many do the Northants need? How many do they feel that they need?
Tempted ramp, scoop, whatever you want to call it from Willie. But Hassan won't be liking that.
This is such a strange shot to play against a 90-mile-an-hour fast bowler. You wouldn't want to risk that in the nets. But yeah, I mean, it just shows I think they're just keen to keep the momentum going right now. The Steelbacks, they've started very, very strongly, even after the dismissal of Vasconcelos. Willie's come in and shown positive intent, and they want to keep that going as much as they can. Hassan Ali, lots of experience. He'll back himself to break through Willie's defence.
Catch him.
Nope, it's well fielded in the end. Could have.
Horrible swerve on it there. Seemed to be fading away.
It's golf style, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think David Wheely, Aaron, what's his runs aggregate at EdgBLASTon? Because forever in a day, whenever I've seen him play or played against him, he always seems to do okay. I don't want to say well, but he seems to do okay. Go.
Give me 2 deliveries, I'll get that for you.
Cheers.
Brett's on strike here on 49.
Yeah. Oh, he's on 49. Watch his ball.
And 50 up off 27 deliveries for Bretsky. Partnership here of 35 right now. Impressive stuff from the South African. In terms of boundaries within that innings, 6 4s and 2 6s. Wow.
It's like you said, Artif, when you got the danger players and you got to look out for them. But he seems to have just anchored the innings as here, Willie, towards long off for one.
Right, he's had his 2 balls. Go on then.
And I've got it.
Ah!
Yep, 250 runs in 20 matches at
That's not
EdgBLASTon. It's not the strike rate, though, is pretty good, 142, considering the longevity of David Willey's career. But yeah, he does have a decent record against the Bears.
Early doors then, he'd have been coming in at 8 or 9, probably, would he? And
that's the other thing to take into consideration, the fact that he's been floated up and down batting orders throughout his career. So, yeah, he's a fine cricketer, is David Willey.
It's something you'd see at Wimbledon more, isn't there, or baseball or something.
It made the same
wasn't it?
sound, didn't it?
It did.
As a ball, but this is good. This is really good stuff from Hassan Ali this over. Again, made it very difficult for the batters to chase the boundary. He knew that he was bowling at Bretsky on 49 as well, so he had a little bit of license to pull him back. But they've only got 4 off the first 5 so far. Now, if Hassan gets out of this over without conceding a boundary, that's a terrific effort.
It'd be the best over of the innings for the Bears, wouldn't it? Really?
Wouldn't it? Comfortably.
That's what David would be saying. Close it, close it. Oh.
Hello, where's that gone?
I hope the windows are closed on that side because that's gone a long way.
It has. Look, it's right
almost
next to
into
the scoreboard.
the scoreboard, yeah.
Huge from David Willey to end the over. 137 for 1 after 11. I mean, sometimes you can question the size of the boundaries at Derby and Wantage Road and places like that, but not here at EdgBLASTon when he's just cleared that so far out.
That was huge, wasn't it? With incredible contact, and it was coming at a fair pace as well from Hassan Ali. So he sent it back twice as fast, I imagine. It's a terrific hit.
Danny Briggs.
Sorry.
That's right, Danny Briggs. He's got to be the answer, isn't he?
Well, he's the only wicket taker so far for the Bears.
It's really well bowled there. Hassan would be absolutely furious with himself after that last ball. You know, as a fast bowler playing in this format of the game, you always say to yourself, get in, get out. Probably went for a quicker ball option there on the length after he's been using his change-ups. And Willie probably set him for the change-ups and got what he wanted, a faster ball, which he deposited over long on, well over long on.
Yeah, it's a terrific shot. It'd be great to take another look at it because I think that ball that you mentioned,
absolutely phenomenal ball striking.
Yeah, I mean, take a look at this. Bang! Goodness me! Just look at the way it pings off the bat, and it's disappeared. I have no idea where in that screen the ball is right now. It's just disappeared into the crowd.
So has that one. Bretsky again.
I was just about to say as well, like, Northants guys have really set up this total really well. You've got a quality player like Bretsky just anchoring the innings from one end, which then gives everyone else a license from the other end. And Northants are playing their hand really well here so far. Bretsky depositing that into the hollies for 6 off.
Not even into the hollies, the back of the hollies.
Yeah, in the shaded bit.
And again. Whoa.
Oof, watch out. Watch out, keep your eyes on the ball in the hollies over there. It's travelling all over the place. 150 up in the 12th over for the Steelbacks. It's been an absolute clinic in power hitting from Northamptonshire so far today. And the Bears just don't have any answers right now. Although I must say, it wasn't a great delivery from Briggsy there. Short directly into the hitting art of the batter. What can he do this time? It's better. Make the batter search for it.
They tucked it outside off stump, didn't he?
I think being in this situation before, and as a team, when you've got a team coming hard at you, you can get a little bit wrapped up into the energy and intentions of the batters, but you always got to remind yourself, how good is my best ball? And if I bowl my best ball, it's not every ball I need to bowl something different. It just seems to me like, right, we've got to get a wicket, and sometimes in this format, like you said earlier on, Adam, dots are as important as wickets, especially if someone's going at over 13 runs per over. If you can just psychologically get your wins and forget about the overall bigger game, we're thinking, right, they're at 153 for 1 in the 12th over. Boys, we need to start taking some polls to try stop that runs flow. But okay, no, let's slow it down a little bit. Let's see if we can string 6 dots together, maybe 4 dots together, and we can bowl some dots that will start to change the momentum. Let's see them take a bigger risk. Let's see here, like Dan's gonna bowl. Let's see if Willie's willing to run past one. Let's see if he's going to play a reverse sweep rather than just standing strong in his crease and looking to hit the ball to all parts. So I would just like to see a little bit more composure from the Bears.
Oof. That's gone. 6. I thought it might just hang in the air for a second, but he was so quick. His quick hands, David Willey, and just pummeled that ball away for 6. I'm quite curious about David Willey, actually. Maybe you can help us out here, Aaron. I mean, I feel like maybe I'm really old, but I seem to remember David Willey starting his career in the lower order, and you see him at 9 and 8 and maybe 7 at the most. And at some point, there was a decision made to throw him up the order and bat at number 3, which is like sort of what you expect nowadays. See David Willey bat up the order. When did that become a thing, and how long has he done it, and how well has he done it? I'd love to hear more of that. Maybe at the end of the over.
Yep, I'll get you the numbers on that.
Thanks, mate. Thanks.
Do you know he hasn't hit a 4 yet? He's hit 4 6s
Goodness.
so far, David Willey. In fact, as a team, 11. 11 6s. And the other thing, I know you're working on something about Willey, but dot balls as well. Just curious, yeah. Oh, full toss. Could be out. No, it's just going to bounce short.
Bit high as well, wasn't it? I think he's okay. Square leg umpire just had a little nod towards the standing umpire, and they said it was okay, but he's got to be careful. Felt like one that slipped out of the hand there from Danger Mouse.
Get down. Fielded there by Danny Briggs at short third. Fine.
I don't recall seeing this kind of onslaught since the Brendan McCullum innings here.
No.
Wow.
Just such clinical
Going
hitting.
back a long way. Huh?
Yeah, it is.
And this is like not to as he asked to Willie dot or wide ball. Oh. Can't get a dot ball, we get a wide ball. Just quickly, this is something that we prided ourselves on from 2014 to 15. It was like, right, guys are going to come hard at you. Let's not be too worried about people coming hard at you. It's T20 cricket. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some, but how well do you hold your composure? Yeah. How well do you back your best delivery? How well do you keep your mind clear and get in and out of your over? What is your go-to ball when you're in this situation? And you can just see at the moment, it's, right, we're going to bowl 2 lengths, we're going to look to bowl short, and we're going to look to bowl a little bit quicker, we're going to go fuller, in hoping that we force an error rather than saying, right, I'm Dan Mousley here, I've got the bigger side to the offside. You know what? Against... yeah.
What a shot that is.
To get it in front of square. In front of the fielder at short third, behind square. Extraordinary little angle to find. It's just that kind of innings today. They're winning. The Wasp is up to 250, by the way, now. It does feel like an onslaught. And though it might be common, as you say, in the modern sort of T20 game, it's not been that common against the Bears, certainly not at EdgBLASTon, which is why it sort of left everybody shell-shocked a little bit. Given the credit, it's been terrific batting from Steelbacks, as I called it earlier, a clinic in power hitting. But the Bears have to try and find some answers. And I feel like in very, very specific moments, they've had them, Ricardo. I mean, I think Dan Mosley there, he was given wide for 1, chasing that wide line, but he found it the following ball. And then just sort of, just finding the rhythms that are, finding the ways to break the batter's rhythms that they're finding. They've got to just persevere with them a little bit more. Again,
last ball over, going for 4. But even, yes, Artif, to what you're saying there, finding the dot balls, creating a bit more pressure, having a bit more composure. But what you alluded to the batting there, and I think what you have to say about how Northants have gone about their batting, yes, we've seen a few ramps, but none of the batting so far has looked erratic. It's all looked a bit composed. Here we go. Oh, Run out opportunity here.
Nope.
No.
And-
Not accurate enough.
And that kind of display here, if we see the replay here, Glees at short third, just looking a little bit lost there, didn't quite see the ball, he hasn't reacted there. Now the ball comes in for a run out. We got both field batters stuck at one end and we didn't capitalize. So it's that sort of thing. If you are looking to stay in the game, you believe and you know you can create an opportunity rather than waiting for the batter. You see Bretsky here, the last ball of that over from Mouse, trying to hide it wide, and he just stood still and just opened the bat face and got it for 4. And here you can see he's not looking to do anything extravagant but just stand and wait and react. And when a batter is standing, waiting and reacting, you as a bowler, you just back yourself to execute your skill set as much as you can and set fields that gives you at least 2-3 options. And don't force the issue to get them out, because if they're just standing, waiting and reacting as he's done there, it's great cricket shot.
Yeah, great shot.
For 6, you then have to say to yourself, right, like I've said it before, back my best ball.
They're both striking at over 200. So when you've got 2 in batters who are both striking at over 200, I mean, it's remarkable.
This is a difficult game, really, for the Bears. Sort of restricting Northants is going to be hard work. Both batters playing such free-flowing cricket, such attacking intent, finding the boundary at will. There's little moments where there's just a little bit of containing going on, and they have to just try and prolong them, really. Just like Recorder was saying, don't think about the macro picture about where they're going to end up after 20 overs. One delivery at a time. Just try and rein them in a little bit, build a little bit of pressure, and induce the mistake. Right now it's the Northamptonshire Steelbacks show. It's good, that sort of low full toss from Danny Biggs. Oh, direct hit. No overthrows, no buzzers. Well done, well picked up. That low full toss sort of angling into the pads of the left-hander has been oddly successful for Danny Briggs today. A couple of times he's bowled it and got away with it, but
the breeze is going across as well, so I think that's helping him in the flight with a little bit of drift.
But that's the right game plan, because you've got if he stays goes around the wicket, then you got a short offside boundary, so then he's having to then really chuck it and wide to David Willey, who does have the capacity, who's not just a slugger, he's got the capacity to can hit it over extra cover and long off for a boundary there. So this is the right angle, looking to get him to hit into the bigger side. The Essex with the wind, but if we can cramp him and force him to hit it square of the wicket from backward square and around, it's a good plan.
Is it surprising, given the situation, given the fact that every bowler has basically gone round the park, that they've not given the ball to Ed Barnard maybe for an over? Because he bowled incredibly well in the early stages of this tournament.
Sometimes that choice is in front of you. You just don't see the choice in front of you. And there's a lot for Davies to think about right now, as you can imagine, with the ball being smashed to all parts. His plan A certainly not worked with the ball. I mean, the things that they would have talked about in the dressing room, the game plan coming in. I think it's an easy deduction to make that's not worked out with the opposition at 178 for 1 after 14 overs. They've possibly already gone to their plan B and their plan C, and sometimes your plans just go out the window a little bit when you're being pounded to all parts. You've made the sort of observation there as well, Adam, that they're both going at over 200 strike rates. I mean, he's just dipped underneath that, but it's tough going. That wicket we thought might bring some respite. Well, that was nearly 90 runs ago.
Because there's 84 off 38 balls is this partnership.
It's extraordinary hitting from the Steelbacks, and I think now the Bears have sort of accepted that they're going to have a big chase when they come out. They're going to need to score something in excess of 200 for sure. How many in excess of 200? We'll wait and see. They'll try and ensure that it isn't 250.
I think it'll be more than 250.
You think so?
I think
Wasp agrees with you. Wasp is on 251?
I think it'll be more than 250.
If they concede to that point, they will chase 270. In this situation, you guys, having been out there, if you concede to the point that these next 5 overs we've just got to damage limitate, you will chase a lot of runs.
It's a great shot. I mean,
it's good cricket shots.
Well, that's the thing. They're not taking chances, are they? They are literally just striking beautifully.
And picking the gaps, this knowledge of exactly where the field is. I noticed in particular when the slower bowlers are on, and fine leg and third are up inside the circle. The choice of stroke play, just the knowledge of exactly where the fielders are and just finding the gaps. Maybe it's one of those days where everything's just finding the gaps for the players.
For a bowler like Rich Gleeson, with the pace that he has, this field is very predictable. You got 3 men out on the leg side, from square leg, mid wicket, long on, long off, and the deep cover. The batter just knows it's going to be full. So it's either going to be full and quick or full with a slow ball option. And for me, David Willey is not the best puller, so I would still give him that thought process of thinking the ball's going to be short rather than get him camping on that front dog. So for me, I would have the fine leg back and make him think about the short ball, and then my Yorkers and my slow balls would be a bit more effective, and back myself to really nail those plans, and then use my short ball as a surprise delivery. And back to the Barnard thing, if Richard Gleeson's going to run up and bowl with the 5 fielders in front of the bat, potentially that's somebody like Ed Barnard. See if the pace of the pitch is that true. See if Barnard slow balls and things like that will grip. You see, so if you're going to get Gleeson to do it, which I think taking away one of your best pace options, there we go, slow ball bumper option with the fine leg back to Bretsky, and then he's brought the mid off up. I would love to see him do that too. David Willey, who's not the best puller.
Well, I quite like this over from Gleeson. He's mixed it up completely. I mean, the first ball went for a boundary, obviously, but since then, every delivery's been a little bit different. And as you say, that short, the slower ball, the short, slower ball, worked a treat for him there as well. The batter completely defeated through a shot. This is where the class of a Gleeson should kick in, you'd think. Let's see how he goes here against Bretsky.
Oh, what a shot. Just effortless from Bretsky. He moves on to 85.
Good cricket. It is really
it's
good
a great
cricket.
shot. It's a terrific shot, but again, it's not wonderful from the Gleeson, who's become predictable there. He's bowled another short ball.
This one pace on.
Yeah, this one pace on.
Hasn't quite got it high enough.
No.
So then it's just leveled off, and Bretsky's had all the answers to all the questions that has been asked of him today.
Partnership's up to 95. These two put on 125 on Friday in 10 overs in the game against Derbyshire. So it's no great surprise they enjoy batting together. He's gone. This time he has gone. And Gleeson gets his man.
Barnard with the catch.
Bretsky's on his way.
That's short third? No, like a backward point. Like a fine backward point. You know, celebrations all around here from the Bears. Like we said, guys, if you concede in this situation, like I was saying earlier on, if you concede to the point that you're going to chase a lot of runs, you will chase a lot of runs. But if you got to keep looking to plug away. Richard Gleeson here on the replay, wide Yorker option, got it nailed in. Bretsky with a slash outside the off stump, can only find Ed Barnard there at a fine backward point.
And to the over, 189 for 2. It's one more look. Good catch from Barnard.
Sharp.
In the circumstances. 189 for 2 then with 5 to go. Looks like Dan Mosley is going to get his 4th over to begin the final 5. Ravi Bopara has come to the crease. So he and David Willey, the next pairing up here for the Steelbacks. Aaron, that was some partnership.
Yep, some partnership and some knockback from Matthew Bretsky, who, look, we identified in the pre-show package 7 4s and 6 6s in that 85 from 40 deliveries. He is a man in scintillating form, and well, he's made the Bears pay today. That was absolutely phenomenal.
And talking of making the Bears play, David Willey brings up his 50 with a 6. No great surprise, but he scored 53 from 33 balls on Friday night against Derbyshire. It's 50 off 24. Still not hit a 4. Has he managed to hit a 4 yet?
I will just double check, but he has been dealing in 6s so far as David Willey. It's been a phenomenal one. Yeah, just the 1-4 for David Willey. Yeah, with 5 6s to boot, which, yeah, that's some going, isn't it, from the former Yorkshire man.
Certainly is. Mel, have you been enjoying that at the back of the box? It's been some bit of batting, isn't it?
It certainly has. Such a key for the Bears to get rid of Bretsky as well, because, I mean, you just didn't know what was going to stop him.
I think they've lost the ball there.
I think they have lost
the pictures.
Searching for it under someone's seat.
They've got about 6 people standing up trying to find the ball under a seat. Oh, we got it
There
back.
we got it back. Thank goodness for that. No, I was out the back. I actually met up with the bear.
Ah,
What's his
Hugh?
name again? Hugh.
Or Carmen, which one? The
No, Hugh. It was Hugh, and I think I upset him. Yeah, because he looked excited to see me, and he gave me a hug, and I happened to comment on his pungent odour.
Oh.
And he got very sad. But it was pungent. But I did tell him, I clarified it was eau de bear, and that's actually, it's a good thing. The natural aroma
Of bear.
of bear on a very hot and sweaty day. But there's that wicket coming really when the Bears just needed it, because at least now it means, well, Bapara's got to get in very quickly.
He's in.
Has he? Has he?
Oh, no, maybe this one's died in the wind a little bit. He's gone.
Yes, there we
Bapara's
go.
gone, first
The
ball.
old adage, one brings two.
Bethel with a catch. And Mosley strikes. And Ravi Bapara is on his way.
Well, there you see the added benefit of getting a wicket, getting a new batter in who has seen the ball flying to all parts, and Ravi Bapara, with all his experience, just unable to clear the rope first up. So this is a good little period now for the Bears. They've been really under the cosh for most of this innings.
Safe Zaib coming to the crease. Now, he's been in majestic form in all formats this season, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Yeah, 5 county championships entries so far for Safe Zaib in Division 2, and you look at his blast stats: 262 runs, striking at 160.73. And I said his record is good against the Bears: 295 runs in 12 matches with a strike rate of 145.32. I'm interested to see the Bears' plan from the other end, of course. If Zaib departs in this over, fantastic for the home side. But with that shorter boundary, Zaib absolutely adores a big, punchy, powerful pull shot. So, yeah, this will be an interesting passage of play for the hosts to try and negotiate.
An unbeaten 53 from 20 from him on Friday night.
Who have the Bears got left? Who's got overs?
Well, there's still one from Gleeson. Then still Hassan. I mean, whether or not we could see Ed Barnard, I think is a little bit too late at this stage, isn't it? But has bowled at the death before.
Bethel.
I can't see Beth getting another over. There's 4 to go after this. If we've got 1 from Gleeson, we've got 2 from Hassan.
Yep, 2 from Hassan, 1 from Gleeson.
Miles has only bowled 1.
Yep, Garton also.
Well, it looks like Hassan Ali is coming back in now, so he's going to bowl 17 and 19. Gleeson probably 20.
And then Miles maybe to slot in between. I would feel probably ahead of George Garton, maybe, but you never know. The options are there, aren't they?
2 lefties, so yeah, you might be right there, Adam. No Jacob Bethel with 2 left-handers in.
Still got 9 off that last over. 1 for 40 from 4 from Dan Mosley. I think, to be fair, when you look around the rest of the team, that's actually probably not bad bowling.
Yeah, going under 10s is probably a win today.
Yeah.
Tough work for the bowlers.
Here comes Hassan. What can he do?
Oh.
Wide
Full toss, yeah. Just 1, though.
He's got away with that one.
Yeah, let's hope he gets away with a couple more throughout this over. But going back to that Dan Mousley over, yes, 6 off the first ball, but good close. That's the opposite to what we've seen so far this innings from the Bears. We've had a lot of good start to the overs and the odd boundary. Yes, you do accept it as T20 cricket, but committed a lot of cardinal sins by not closing our overs out. Crucial stages. So here we go. Hassan to Safe Zaib. Puts the fine leg back, brings the long off up. This gives him the short ball to think about.
Just going to be
Goes
1.
for the Yorker. Safe answers it pretty well, knocks it down to long on for a single.
Well, here is the test now, because David Willey back on strike.
Just going to be one more to the total. I mentioned earlier that Brendan McCullum innings. Just in a minute, maybe it's worth just checking the record score here. A for a visiting side, and the record score overall.
Well, I can tell you overall it was that game with Brendan McCullum, 158 not out from 64 deliveries against Derbyshire in 2015. The Bears racked up a colossal 242 for 2. So, yeah, Northamptonshire certainly in range of that tally today.
How is that?
Has he got? Well, Hassan's convinced he's got him. The umpire, no, says he's hit the ground. And it's not in. Hassan's giving the eyes now as if to say, come on.
Well, it was the old celeb appeal, wasn't it? Because he just went down. He didn't even turn around and look at the umpire until he was almost down the other end.
Well, he's convinced he was gone.
Look here on the replay. How close is it to the... Oh.
He's not even asking.
Yorker.
All the way down, yeah. And but almost as importantly, a dot ball.
Let's have a look from the other angle. Oh, he does hit the ground, doesn't he, as well? Yeah. Here he is back in live. Oh, an edge for 4.
Moral victory. Moral victory for the bowler. T20 cricket at its finest there. Nails his Yorker. Fine outside edge. Beats the keeper and short third and runs away for 4.
I mean, it was so well bowled. It's one that you just got to shrug your shoulders at. But this has been a really good over from Hassan Ali.
Yeah, just 7 from it so far. 205 for 3. What's the highest visitor score then, by chance?
I'll tell you after this over.
Oh, down the wicket, and Hassan will see that as a victory, won't he? And actually just 7 from it. It feels like a victory. 205 for 3 from 17.
Yes, so Northamptonshire hold that record for a highest total by a visiting team. EdgBLASTon, 231 for 5 in 2018. I was there for that in the West Stand. It was a tie. Both sides scored 231 for 5. Ian Bell scored his first and only career T20 century. So who knows, if 230 plus is scored, will we see history repeat itself? You never know in this unbelievably chaotic tournament.
Well, you were there. How did Ian Bell score a lot of those runs? Were there a lot of beautiful cover drives?
Exquisitely.
No.
I think that's hard to describe it. Beautiful cover drives. He hit a big 6 into the West Stand as well.
I was going to say, he played his T20 cricket like he played cricket generally, didn't he? It was only after he had a bit of time at the Scorchers that I think he developed later on in his career.
Slow ball option
that
here,
could be a
Craig
wicket.
Miles.
Yes, Bethel!
Yeah.
Jacob Bethel with a catch, and Willie's gone.
Action here. Bethel out in the rope.
Willie goes for 54 from 29. 205 for 4, and we'll have 2 fairly new batters at the crease, and maybe the Bears can rein this in a little bit in the final few overs.
It's been a really good little period. That previous over from Hassan Ali capitalising on Mosley taking the wicket, and Jacob Bethel just, he is that man, isn't he? Put him in the hot spots because he's a safe pair of hands.
New batter on the way to the crease then to join Saif Zaib. And is it, let's have a look, 15. So it's Lewis McManus is the new batter. We look at it again, safe pair of hands, Jacob Bethel.
This is a great passage of play here for the Bears. Really holding their nerve really well here. Really showing a good strength of character and calmness. Like we said, we could have conceded to the fact that we're going to chase over 250, but however, they've kept plugging away here, found ways to bowl a lot more dots like we was asking earlier on. Get a few dots in, and all of a sudden, the batter's coming in having to force the issue. Here we go, Miles again to McManus.
Slower ball. Wickets are just so important, aren't they? They absolutely, it's the one thing in T20. You know, dot balls, yes, but wickets, in the absence of wickets, dot balls, but wickets.
Well, wickets and a wicket ends up being a dot ball as well.
It
generally,
does, yeah.
so
True, yeah,
it's
true.
the double
True.
Yeah.
double whammy. you get 2 for the price of 1. But for Miles as well, remember he went for 21 off his first over earlier, so that'll just get him feeling a bit better about life.
Very well bowled there, Glees. Hands up.
Got
to
it!
Son. That is a great passage of play here from the Bears. Like you said earlier on, just now, Mel. Craig Miles showing some real strength and character here. After going for 21 in his first over, he's gone wicket. 1 run, wicket here. And the Bears are plugging away. Maybe can peg the Northants Steelbacks under that 225 mark here. And walking with some real momentum towards the back end of this innings, as we've seen from the replay there. Strong off-cutter into the wicket.
Yeah, confidence from Gleeson. Zabe 6 from 6 in the last 3 overs of the innings, throwing the bat, and comfortable catch. And it brings to the wicket George
Funny.
Bartlett.
Gleeson's got the glasses on his head and the sun's in his eyes.
Well, because they're a fashion accessory, aren't they? They're not necessary.
Wow, it's a very bright sunny day out there. No, a really good little passage, and all of a sudden Craig Miles figures they don't look too bad, do they?
Not at all.
First ball, Bartlett with the treatment.
Just as I say that, that'll hurt them a bit more as well. Watch out if you're out there in the Holly stand. Some fans getting rather close to the action.
Thought Milo would have went another slow ball. Yeah, slow ball leg cutter. Tried to follow him a little bit, and he's just sat up into the wicket, and Bartlett has equal to it and deposited it into. So it is a bit of a shorter boundary.
2-1-2 for 5. 14 balls of the innings remaining. What kind of total they're aiming for here? The Wasp is coming down. It was over 250 at one point, and you get 4s like that. And then 250 suddenly looks back on the cards.
Well, he's tried to overcompensate, hit over the short leg side boundary. So he goes wide outside off stump. He's missed his Yorker by quite some margin in the end. Just had to get a bit of bat on that one. Races away.
2-1-6 for 5. Last ball of the 18th over. 2 wickets and 11 runs from it. It's been an action over from Craig Miles. Bartlett on strike. He's on 10 from 2. Goes again. This time he's going to be out, is he? No, it's just dropped short. Oh, and it almost spilled over the ropes. But in the end, Sam Hain keeps it in. They'll get 2 more to the total. 218 for 5 after 18 overs. .218 for 5, then 2 overs remaining. Thanks for joining us on the stream today. Don't forget to stick your thumbs up, and let's have a like if we can. Do not double click, because that will take your like away, and we only like positivity, so 1 like is good.
1 is enough.
Just 1 is enough, Ricardo.
What if you really, really like it? There's no super like.
There's no super
There
like.
should be a super like.
Well, then you subscribe, don't you? If you
even
like it that
better.
much, you subscribe, and you never miss anything.
And then join the page.
And I think the fact I've got
there's a join button if you want.
well, the fact I've got my legs out today deserves a like anyway.
Just
what
had
do
a
we
treat
think?
though,
Yeah,
did they, Adam?
yeah, they did. Yeah. End of the season, end of the run.
We should go
well,
TikTok live soon. Streaming team.
Really?
Then we get flowers.
Oh, okay.
And universe things, and you get.
Gleeson's back in, and that's going all the way, is it? No, it's
Slow
still for
ball.
1.
Slow
That's
ball
how it
option there from Glees. Bartlett. Is
Oh, it
that
did go
Bartlett
for 4.
McManus?
It did go for 4, yeah.
Did it go for 4?
It did go for 4. Hassan was picking it up from the boundary ropes, I think.
Couldn't have.
Well,
Unless my eyes are deceiving me there.
The umpire definitely just waved 4. Interestingly enough.
Sure, that's a single.
I thought it was a single as well.
He definitely just signalled 4, the umpire, but maybe
Lots
not then.
of strange things
Okay.
going on.
It's got to be out. It's got to be out. Yeah, you can't try and scoop those or ramp those. He's out LBW. Simple as Gleeson strikes.
And that's hurt him a little bit there. Bartlett trying to do a reverse ramp. Gleeson finding that front pad.
219 for 6. Gleeson with 2 for 35 now.
Yeah, what were they before they lost their first wicket? Well,
Northants, 94. So it was 94 for the opening partnership.
And for the second wicket?
Yeah, that was 80 odd. Again, it's been quite brutal. In terms of fall of wickets, 189 for 2, then it was 196 for 3, 205 for 4, 206 for 5, and now 219 for 6. So the Bears have clawed it back, no pun intended, but they are just gathering a little bit of control from what could have easily been 240, 250 plus.
Straight to die, that an argument there, wasn't it?
Well, I think Gleeson has bowled really well. We saw him bring out his death bowling very early in the game, and he's still doing it now.
Full toss. Helped on its way, and it does make it across the ropes for 4.
Just as I say that, then he lets out a full toss. But you can see what he's trying to do. We saw Craig Miles trying with those cutters and bowling into the pitch. Gleeson has had some great success with the Yorkers, but there's a small margin of error. He's been mixing it up, though, with all of his deliveries. He's using every bit of nous he's picked up around the world playing in T20 tournaments.
Good ball. I think it's usually it's his economy we're looking at. Today we're kind of forgetting that and going, actually, the 2 wickets is probably the bonus. Although, again, as we said, if he can get away with going at 10 and over today, that's actually a pretty good result.
Yeah. The wickets and the dots. It's all about the wickets and the dots today here. Gleeson with massive 2 balls here. If he can get out without conceding a boundary, will be excellent for the Bears. As he bowls to Proctor.
Oh, that's not even landed on the wicket. No.
Yeah, it's slightly missed. It's
That's
slightly
a no ball
missed
given.
Yorker there. Oh.
Yeah, didn't land on the wicket, did it? So it's a
Yeah,
no
it's
ball.
one ball given. So that's a free hit.
Yeah, this one's just slipped out, hasn't it? There was no chance of that being anything else. So a free hit.
Can't change the field either because the batters haven't changed, have they? So 225 for 6.
Field stays the same.
I think Danny Briggs is asking that because could he be? He was moved. We know he seems to have moved himself up. The field should be staying the same.
I've got 3 out on the boundary on the leg side, the short side where the Holly stand is.
Here's the free hit then. Not quite found the gap.
No, that's where that protection is, those 3 fielders on that leg side.
Well fielded out there by Jacob Bethel, moving around to his left. Here we go. Big ball.
Just 1 to the total. Good over so far, isn't it? Look. 7 from it. And a wicket. Look,
7. I
Manas on
think the
strike.
no ball is 2 runs, I think.
It's a good point. 8. 226 for 6.
That confused me when I first started playing. You know, you go from playing club cricket to then pro cricket. The no ball became 2. You just like, all right, keep my foot behind the line or keep it down.
226 for 6. 7 balls remaining. They're going to
It's
let
a
him have the
great
one.
finish to the over. Top
2.
spell there. Finish from Richard Gleeson. Finishes with 2 for 43 off his 4 overs tonight.
And Hassan Ali will complete things. Just to get a quick check, as we mentioned at the start of the show today, the top 4 all playing each other. So Lancashire are playing Durham. I think Durham are batting first at Old Trafford. Aaron, any updates how they're getting on?
Yeah, we can give you the updates from all of those. We'll start actually with the earlier game taking place between Leicestershire and Worcestershire at New Road. Leicestershire scoring 173 for 6 in response to the Worcestershire Rapids 33 without loss after 3.3.
Do Foxes eat pears as well?
Well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? In terms of that top of the table clash taking place at Old Trafford, Durham restricted to 155 for 7 from their 20 overs, and in the final game in the North Group, Yorkshire 151 for 9 after their 20 overs at Headingley.
Thank you very much. So 227 for 6 last over. Here's Hassan Ali.
Oh, it's an interesting bit of cricket there. What do you do as a bowler in T20 cricket? In the modern day T20 game, Hassan Ali going for a wide Yorker. Lewis McManus trying to scoop it, and it's got somewhat of a top edge over the keeper for 4 runs.
I mean, we've seen that a couple of times where Hassan Ali has bowled a fine Yorker and he's been put away for 4. And put away, they've somehow got it there.
Salt into the wounds here, wide ball.
If they can keep them to under 240, I think that they will have done very well here, the Bears, when you look at the start that they got. Those first 2 wickets.
Interesting field set by Hassan Ali here. Catch.
Just the one bounce.
They've been very, very lucky today in the sense that so many have gone in the air and they've always just landed either a tad short or between 3 fielders, or they've had the luck of the run of the green.
Yeah. Definitely have had the rub of the green.
Oh, they've had good batting conditions and won the toss too. That
always helps, doesn't it? Yeah. 4 balls to go then. 2-3-3 for 6.
And 5 on the offside, saving the single at the moment.
Interesting field plan. Really backing himself to not get hit through the offside there.
Yeah, that's it. All those
5 fielders
on the ring.
In the ring when you can have 5 out, unless there's been a time issue.
There's a time issue.
There has been. Yeah, the Bears missed the cut-off. The cut-off was 22 minutes past 4. They bowled that last over in 23 minutes past.
But can I just raise on that?
Go on.
Because they stopped for a drink, Northants. When Willie and Vasconcelos were going, they had drinks brought out, and that would have added about a minute onto the time. Good shot for 4.
Well, he had backed himself, but on that occasion, that ball just straying onto leg stump. Shorter boundary, the field up except for one who was far too straight.
Yeah, Hassan would probably look at himself there and think, why would I go straight when I've got only 1 fielder out in the leg side and 3 out into the offside? I'd rather keep pushing that wide line again for the wide Yorkers and make the batter have to really drag me across to the leg side. So obviously he would be livid with himself for getting a bit greedy. We all get that gremlin inside our head. I definitely get it. I had it a lot of times. Even now I still do play on a Saturday afternoon. Not operating at my full rhythm at the moment. Aaron seen me a couple of weeks ago. I've got an injury with my rotator cuff, so I'm not quite there. You know when you, right, yeah, I've got to get this. I'm going to get the wicket. I'm going to get the wicket. But here we go. Hassan to Proctor to finish off.
Last ball, and they get a single, and they finish on 240 for 6, so they don't pass the Bears' high score here.
No, they don't. So, yep, that record does stay intact, but that is the highest ever total by an opposition team. It's also Northamptonshire's highest ever T20 total. They've scored 237 on 2 occasions, both of which, funnily enough, happens this year in 2025. So, yeah, that is a record total, and should come as zero surprise. This would be a record chase if the Bears can get 241.
So they've scored 477 runs in the last 3 days.
Yep.
Quite remarkable.
Not bad going.
From the Steelbacks. It's been a tough 20 overs for the Bears, but they pulled it back towards the end. Gleeson with a couple of wickets, 2 for 43 for him. Hassan Ali, wicketless today for 47 from his 4 overs. But when we come back, it's going to be a record-breaking chase for the Bears. They need 241 for victory.
Every great team has its unsung heroes. The all-rounders, the heavy lifters, putting their organisation on the map. We're talking about you, the humble IT engineer, supporting EdgBLASTon across the season. They're the ones delivering, day after day.
We always think about scoreboard pressure, but how about the bowlers who think, right, how am I going to do my best to stop the Bears from coming out here and chasing this 241 runs? So that's also the thought as well, because they would have gone back, got the feedback from the batters that went out there, and they would have told them what is going to be capable on that pitch, what the new ball done, what the old ball done, what plans will suit best on this surface. So they've got to come out and think, right, am I going to hold my area? Am I going to look to take wickets? Or what are we going to do to stop the Bears from getting 241? So that's going to be interesting to see also.
It certainly will. We're taking a look at some of the breathtaking stroke play from the Northamptonshire Steelbacks batters. They played some terrific shots, and these are the kind of shots we're hoping to see from the Bears batters, who I can see are making their way out to the middle, as are the Northamptonshire team making their way in that really colourful top that they have. It's sort of like an England training top that's been sort of Jackson Pollocked. It looks like a Jackson Pollock England training top. That's what I'm going to say is the Northamptonshire. It's very smart, actually, if I'm honest. They're probably not as smart as the Bears shirt that I'm wearing right now, which is also available at the club shop, so make sure you pick up one of those. Guys, this is tough. This is going to be a hard chase, but if they pull it off and it's a record and massive incentive, win this, you are virtually guaranteed a spot in the quarterfinals.
Am I being overly optimistic if I say it may not be as hard as we think?
Oof. Well, listen, I'd love for it to be true. I'd love for it to be true. Right, the action's about to get underway.
Because of scoreboard pressure, or actually just knowing that this is a great surface? Northants Steelbacks, the bowlers have to come out and defend the total. It's not as easy.
We'll find out in just a moment. I'm going to make way for Adam Bridge, but just before he takes up commentary, Belinda, what do you think? Are they doing it or they're not doing it?
I think we're about to see a pretty exciting chase, because we're about to see a lot of runs. I'm always a little fence sitter, me, but I put it this way. Normally, you'd look at a chase like this and think, okay, 241, no chance. But just because of the conditions, and when look at that, the Wasp is at 8%.
Better
you can
than
take your Wasp. You can take your Wasp, but we shall see. It's going to be...
I think he's got a fly, not a wasp in his eye.
As long as it's not the ladybirds, because we've already had all sorts of issues with the swarms of ladybirds while I was down at Lord's. A loveliness of ladybirds is the official term.
David Willey there to Alex Davis, looking for that early shape. We've got one slip in play. Short third and short fine with a deep point fielder and a deep backward square fielder. So clearly looking to pitch it up, looking for that early inward movement back into the right-hander. So,
how many dot balls, if you could dig out for me, did the Bears have?
Yep, I can dig that out. They bowled a total of 27.
Okay, interesting to see how Northants get on. Davo's away.
Chip into the leg side for 2 runs, retrieved by Ben Sanderson.
It's gone up a bit too high, that one. It's almost plopped down and pitched, whereas we've seen so many balls race to the boundary, just not quite timing that one first up, but it's underway.
I would love to have been a fly on the wall of that dressing room, just to how they're going to approach this.
It's been a really good over so far from Willie. He is pitching it up. Just not really giving any width at all to Davis for early on.
Slips coming out straight away.
There we go. No shape. So David really quickly assessing the conditions here, seeing that there's not much shape on offer for him, sticking in the extra cover catcher here.
Short thirds come a little bit straighter.
Davis with a great pickup back with a square. It's gone all the way for 6. There we go. And that wasp automatically increases to 11%.
That wasp is going to be buzzing around all over the place. I can tell you. I don't know who it's going to sting yet, but yeah, just the first bit of errant line there from Willie, and it was just picked up really nicely from Davies.
I really want to see an exciting bit of cricket here.
Davo down the ground. Beauty.
Ah, take that. What a shot. Straight back past the bowler, so already just took a couple of balls to get himself into the swing of things. That one absolutely larruped straight down the ground.
Is that an Australian word?
Well, it's a word, and I'm Australian.
I just don't even come from Australia. That's all. Larruped feels like an Australian word.
You don't say that?
I've heard walloped.
Walloped, thumped, yeah, all those, but I like it. I like it.
Oh, God, we'll see how many I can pull out during the course of this then.
12 is the required run rate. They've got 13 off the first, so there we go. Let's look positively. When did we last see a 50 from either of these two, Aaron? Oh.
Be the highest ever North Group run chase.
Oh, wow.
So it wouldn't be the highest in the Blast because we saw that in the London Derby with that crazy game between Surrey and Middlesex where they chased down 253 with I think about 7 wickets to spare at the Oval in that game. But yeah, it's going to be one heck of a run chase. This, the highest of course being Notts this season against the Bears, getting 229.
Strap yourself in, guys.
Ben Sanderson into the attack, off the pad straight away, and 6 runs.
Strap yourself in.
Oh boy.
Get your cup of teas. Get everything. Popcorn if you choose. That will be my snack of choice. And make sure you're glued to your screens. If you're in the crowd, make sure you got all your beverages and you're ready.
And make sure you watch out for the ball because it could be heading right your way. Yeah, just straying on to leg stump. Punished. Better.
Oh, good response from Sanderson. The battle of these two, who is going to be the bowling king of the North, has not really kind of happened with Hassan failing to strike today. Both 24 wickets, of course.
Same routine here. That slips come out quick, sharp. Same routine. 6s, boundaries and dots. Boundaries and dots. Hopefully a few more boundaries for the Bears. But
oh, again, trying to lift it over that leg side short boundary.
Inside thigh job, is that?
Ben Sanderson must be thinking, I've got away with one there.
He looked a little uncomfortable.
Oh, his eyes lit up, Davies, didn't they?
Might have been a slight inside edge.
Now. Poor old Tom Latham's not faced the ball yet.
Looks like a little bit of a slow ball there. Would be interesting to see how it is. Ball just plugging, as you said, Mel. Just a bit too much air on it. Looking for a second off the ricochet off the stumps. Not taken.
Yeah, they were alert to the fact. Yeah, again, just not quite getting all of that one. We saw earlier balls just absolutely pinging, but because he's getting that bottom hand underneath it, ball just going up and then just pitching. They've just put another fielder out on that leg side boundary now. So they've got one just at deep backward square and one out down out at deep mid wicket.
Which leaves a massive
Clever
gap.
cricket there from Alex Davis. Ben Sanderson probably looking to cramp him for room here. And he's just sat leg side of it and carved it through the covers for 4.
And that's it, isn't it? You on a day like today, when the runs are flowing freely, you put extra protection on the leg side, opens up a scoring opportunity on the offside, and Davies just making the most of it.
Moved an extra fielder over to the offside now. Oh, great stop. David Willey. I mean, what is there he
Saved
cannot
a
do?
definite 3 runs there. That was going for 4 all the way.
Certainly was. 2 overs gone, 26 without loss.
Every great team has its unsung heroes. The all-rounders, the heavy lifters, putting their organisation on the map. We're talking about you, the humble IT engineer, supporting EdgBLASTon across the season. They're the ones delivering, day after day.
Single off the last ball of the over means that Tom Latham continues his role as Alex Davies' running partner. Davo on strike, and it's going to be Willie again, I think, from the far end.
It's a good steady start. I say steady start. Normally you'd be saying, oh, it's a flying start. But in terms of this match, it just feels steady.
Good response so far from the Bears.
Aaron, I did ask you when last time these two hit a 50 between them?
Yep, have got both of those. So for Alex Davies, he scored 65 against Yorkshire right here at EdgBLASTon on the 6th of June. So it has been a while since the Bears captain reached a half-century in the competition. As for Tom Latham, his last one, I believe, was against Notts here on the 14th of June. So has been a while since we've seen some real sizable knocks from this opening pairing.
He's gone.
Oh, can't believe it. Just tried to lift that ball up over the keeper. And in the end, he's just, well, it's one of those little practice catching shots, isn't it? You see them doing the drills for slips catches. And I can't believe he's given that one away. The skipper.
He's on his way for 26 from 14. Just looked a little cramped for room, which is something that George Scrimshaw did to the Bears when they met at Wantage Road. Willie very wily and clever here. Not sure that's the right shot to probably play to that delivery, but Dan Mosley's in, and this is the reason why.
So it wasn't short enough to play that shot.
Yeah.
Didn't have the room. He kind of followed him. Willie saw Davies back away, and he just followed him with it. And then he was committed to the shot.
And even if he did get it, probably was, as you said, too close. Probably could have run it to the short third. Would probably rather seen him trying to take on the shorter angle here and hit it into the leg side.
No offence to Willie as well. He's not got the kind of pace that the Gleeson and Garton had that would probably have kind of lifted that all the way to the ropes or beyond. Probably needed a little bit more hitting than just guiding. Moses off the mark. I mean, he's in terrific nick at the moment. I mean, I know he's frustrated. He was frustrated when he got out against Lancashire, and again he went and scored 30 odd off 19 balls against Worcester, didn't he, Aaron?
Yeah, he's the Bears' second leading run scorer in this year's T20 Blast. 315 runs, averaging a touch over 35 with 350-plus scores to his name, and he does love playing against the Northamptonshire Steelbacks. So plenty of batting still to come here for the Bears, and yeah, we're just about to see Tom Latham's first delivery faced.
Amazing, isn't it?
What a shot.
Oh,
And that's actually gaining pace as it's running away. I mean, that was so beautifully timed.
well, as I said, you get value here for good cricket shots, don't you? And he's just clipped that one, but clipped it with timing. And as soon as he found the smallest gap, you're right, that ball did pick up pace. Scooted to the boundary.
This sort of pitch is perfect for a player like Tom Latham when he knows I can trust the bounce, I can trust the pace. So if I could just back my cricket shots and hit the gaps, which he does really well, this is set up really well for him.
Another little gap there, but protection in front of deep square leg. Well, and that's it. You're not, when the conditions are like this, the batters aren't having to overhit anything. So it is just then about timing and touch, and timing and touch is going to get you fours and maybe even sixes at times 100%. If you've got quick bowlers on.
Yeah, and we know got Scrimshaw yet to come, got Sanderson in the team, so they've got enough pace where the Bears, somebody like a Latham, can use it.
Oh, Mosey's gone as well. And Willie strikes once more. His second of the over. First up, Davo goes. And now Mosey's on his way to 32 for 2.
Well, it's a terrific over from Willie. It really is. Mosley beside himself. And this is the trouble now with early wickets falling. They still have to keep up that strike rate. Do the Bears, if they're going to have any chance of chasing this down.
Second person going via the route of giving themselves room to the leg side and trying to open the field, whereas we've seen it earlier on from the Northants batters. They just stood still and reacted and hit different angles, played stronger cricket shots.
Especially with that leg side, the short side as well. So trouble for the Bears.
3 overs gone, 32 for 2. Sam Hain is the new batter. The test match, England are all out for 192.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't think that's going to be a straightforward chase.
You going back tomorrow?
I'm going back tonight.
Oh, you're going back tonight?
After this game, I'm going and jumping on a train. Yes, so I'll be back down there tonight and then back in at Lord's tomorrow.
Sanderson getting a second over.
Why not when you've got 2 down at the moment? Try and press the advantage.
And he's their leading wicket taker, so yeah.
First ball at Latham. 1 to the total.
Ever reliable Mr. Hain train.
And the Hain train likes playing against the Steelbacks.
He loves facing the Steelbacks. Yep, he's the leading run scorer in matches between these two sides in the T20 Blast. And when you look at the record, 502 runs, averaging 31. Decent strike rate as well, 134.58. But this is what you've come to expect from Sam Hain over the years. When you look at the Bears' North Group opponents, he leads the head-to-head in 6 of them, which is just crazy. And that's between both sides as well. So if ever you need a big game player, someone to step up, score big runs, it is that man on your screen.
Today's the day, Sammy boy.
Interestingly, the keepers come up straight away, so potentially they know Sam loves to walk at the bowler, so keep him in his crease. Stop him from getting off the strike early. We know he loves to get that single, gets himself going earlier on. Our run rate just dropping below the 10s now. Required run rate creeping up to 12.5. That wasp has gone down to 3%.
Oh, shot.
There it is.
Well, and Hain backing away, but because he's batting at the Birmingham City and backing away does open up that short boundary to him. Whips his hands through it. So that is the Hain train on his way. They're going to need a lot more of that from him today. In fact, they're now just plugging that hole out in the deep, right where he scored that boundary. So he's got 2 out there on the leg side, in front of the holly stand. Exactly what we saw Alex Davies do when they put 2 on the leg side. He went through the covers. And now Sam Hain saw that and thought, yep, I'll do the same.
Crashes it past extra cover.
It's a lovely shot, isn't it?
Strong cricket shots. This is what the pitch is good. Like we said, don't have to get too reckless. You can trust the bounce. You can hit through the line of the ball. Give the Northants Steelbacks bowlers something to think about. You just stay still and react and trust your swing. There we go. Clever cricket that from Haney.
It's 10 off the over so far, isn't it? And it's been done by playing quite sensibly.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not any need at this point for anything too funky.
That scorecard at this same stage, Aaron, obviously minus the wickets.
Well, I'll touch upon that because at this stage, Northants had already brought up the 50. So, yeah, the Steelbacks well ahead and, of course, hadn't lost a wicket. They were 50 for none.
Last ball of the 4th over. And it's a dot, so just 10 off the over. 42 for 2 then. And that required rate up to 12.4. But it feels like the kind of wicket where you, without being silly, you can get yourself to 180, 190, can't you? Quite comfortably, you would feel, just with sensible cricket shots.
Yeah, 100%. You can see it now, 42 or 40, without even like breaking the sweat in the power play. You just got to think, if you just, I can't say it enough, I can't stress the point enough as a bowler in this sort of situation. If I was running and I was bowling to a batter, the more the batter moves round, it makes my life a whole lot easier. But if the batter's staying still, it puts a lot more pressure on me to execute my skill.
Willie's getting a third.
He is, yep. We have also had a result in the women's Vitality T20 Blast. We'll talk about that after this delivery.
Yeah, reminder the women's Bears team won earlier today to secure their place on finals day.
They did, and their finals day opposition has just been confirmed. The Blaze have beaten Essex by 35 runs down in Chelmsford, so they have secured the bonus points to join the Bears on 36 points. So, your finals day lineup at the Oval will be the Blaze and the Bears facing off in the semi-final, and the winner of that takes on Surrey in the final.
Terrific stuff from the Bears women earlier today with that win over the Hawks to secure their place, coupled with that defeat for Lancashire against Durham. Let's see if the men can join them. It would be good to get both in finals day this year. Long way to go for that. 43 for 2.
Tom Latham just signalling there to Sam Hain that David Willey probably could have been bowling a few cutters. So like we said, when you bat first, you get to collect data and create that scoreboard pressure. You know what works on the pitch. It looks like he's just using his cutters here a little bit to Tom Latham. Comes down the ground and chips it out to deep cover just for the single.
You don't see Tom Latham do that much in T20 cricket. He doesn't tend to move away from the way Tom bats in all forms of cricket. But he felt clearly that the time was right there.
Yeah, you talk about those cutters, especially the likes of, well, Richard Gleeson. We saw Miles bowling those as well at the end. Gleeson was going to that type of bowling very early on, and Willie has gone to it straight away.
Wide ball.
And we saw, just after one or two deliveries that he took the slip out. It was just that early thing, right, I'll see if I've got any movement through the air early on, and then straight away, no.
Yeah.
That's done.
No swing on our first slip came out into extra cover. Just using the change-ups here, not giving the bat opportunity to settle. Changes of pace, changes of length.
And what they've not quite been able to do at the moment, Warwickshire, is that, like on that occasion, getting bat on ball, but not quite being able to get it through the boundary, which is what we saw the openers Vasconcelos and Matthew Bretsky do so well. As soon as they beat one fielder, the ball went for 4. We're finding it's just a little bit harder here. You look, 3 singles in this over so far and no boundaries. And again,
there you go. Great example of it. Can't penetrate the inner field.
And you've got to pay a bit of tribute there, particularly to Bretsky, because his timing was so good that he was able to beat those fielders on the ring, and he was getting those boundaries. think, what did he get? 7 boundaries, was it, in the end, Bretsky?
Well, yeah, he got more than that. He got 7 fours and 6 sixes.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking more of the
fours, yeah.
though, that he got. Just got real value because his timing was so good.
What do you always hear? Just tinkering with his field as well.
Yeah.
Squirted away for 4. And suddenly a good over becomes an okay over, doesn't it? 8 from it for the Bears' perspective. 4 you feel troubled by, but 8, yes, it's not the 10-12 that we need, but it's a slight improvement. And that's 5 overs gone and brings the 50 up. 50 for 2. Ricardo is going to leave us. Artif will return. And with 15 overs to go, then 191 runs required. So the run rate just creeping up towards 13. Guess we'll do a comparison shortly of the power play scores.
That last ball that Latham put away, and that is the kind of thing that I was talking about, and being able to get bat on ball, but just the timing into those gaps. You don't have to get it much past them. The ball is just coming off the bat really nicely. But they've done a really good job, the opening bowlers, particularly Willie, in just taking that little bit of pace off, bowling into the pitch, working the cutters. So it just hasn't perhaps been coming on as nicely as it was for the Steelbacks opening batters in that first innings.
Luke Proctor is coming into the attack from the pavilion end. A few darker clouds heading around EdgBLASTon. Still a lovely day. Oh, that's a big hit from Sam Hain. Beautiful shot.
Wow. Short leg side boundary. And the ball was there to be put over into that Holly stand as well. Sat up nicely, and Sam Hain said, "Thank you very much." I'll clatter that one.
Nice way to welcome you to the box, Artif.
Yes. Well, it's a tough task for the Bears, but what I like is the intent is very clear.
Using his feet again. This time, Proctor more alert to the danger.
Yeah, I think he saw him coming. Maybe just adjusted his length a little bit. Pulled it back, so it wasn't the full toss that perhaps Hain was maybe hoping to create. And we mentioned that Hain likes coming down, walking at the bowlers. Oh,
Lovely shot.
that will do nicely.
Waited
Very
for it, didn't
nicely.
he? Yeah.
Yeah, terrific contact from Sam Hain, who's gone past 400 runs for the season in this Vitality T20 Blast. Comfortably the Bears' top scorer of the season as well. And there's another milestone he's closing in on, Aaron.
There is, yep. I don't want to jinx it because we've got history here on the live stream this season, but he is very close to what would be 5,000 career T20 runs. He needs 35 or more runs in this fixture to reach that. So
You didn't want to jinx it, but you.
I've done it
went for
anyway.
Okay.
Not that powerful. Look, they've just put a fielder out at deep backward point. Again, trying to plug up that hole where Sam Hain just hit that one.
They have done a little bit of that, haven't they?
Yeah, chasing the game.
Yeah, they are. Which,
And-
when you've got 240 runs on the board,
You can do. But that's pulled nicely by Sam Hain. He's definitely off the mark and running now. 25 off just 10 deliveries. I mean, he did come down the pitch. That was going to be a full toss anyway. We saw him try to do that to Proctor a few balls back, and Proctor pulled back his length.
lovely shot again.
Oh, heavens.
4 more.
He's not learning his lesson here as Proctor. I feel like he's in a few different minds about what to bowl. They had a long conference at the start of the over about this final power play over, about what they were looking for Proctor, but it certainly wasn't full tosses on the pads of Sam Hain, which he's going to dispatch all day long. And big old gap in the leg side, particularly in the power play. Hain finding it with ease, and well, maybe there's some hope for the Bears here. This is a terrific power play now.
Well, also, they put that fielder back back on the boundary on the offside at deep backward point after Sam Hain hit the ball there, and then the next 2 balls have been on the pad. So not quite bowling to his field. That fielder who was at deep backward point has just moved to deep cover point now.
18 off the over so far, 1 ball to go. Slower ball bouncer, just turn around the corner for 1. And that will complete the over and complete the power play. 69 for 2. How did that compare with the Steelbacks?
Well, you're just about to see it, Adam. It's very, very comparable. There's 1 run in it, but of course those 2 wickets against the Bears on this occasion. So they're leading in one metric, behind in another, but yeah, both sides today absolutely tonking it in the first 6 overs. We are in for what could be a very exciting run chase.
Yeah, I thought it was quite tight, just from memory.
Well, the aggregate for this game is going to be quite something, isn't it? Yeah, the aggregate will be fun. The scorers are going to be busy, keep their coloured pencils out for this one, but the Bears are still in this game. That's the crucial thing to remember. 12, just over 12 and over required to win this game, which sounds like a lot. It is a lot, but it's certainly something that can be done in the modern game.
George Scrimshaw into the attack.
He's looking to step across his stumps, isn't he, Sam Hain? He's kind of decided that's going to be the area where he's going to have the most room. You see it with some batters who make room by stepping outside the leg stump and giving themselves room to go through the covers, but he likes to go the other way and just step across and do a little flurry, a little flourish across his pads. So strong in that area, Sam Hain. I'll never forget that 6 he hit just a few weeks ago. It was a night game, blasted a 6 into the sound tent with the sweetest of contacts. Don't know what his bat manufacturer is from this angle, but I can tell you, he'll sell a fair few of those if he keeps connecting in that way.
It's a lovely shot. Real beauty from Tom Latham. No movement, just a great, great cricket shot.
That's what we've been talking about, isn't it? Just the value you get from a shot like this. The timing, just waited late enough so he was able to beat that fielder at backward point. Really nice shot. They'll do it in different ways, Hain and Latham. Both capable of scoring very quickly on this pitch.
I flew to find like didn't it, the ball, and he just picked him out. Either side of him would have picked up a boundary because it already travelled, but unfortunately for Latham, just picked out the fielder, so just a single. But I'm liking this intent, and it has to come from both players as well. Like, I mean, Sam Hain's going really well. Latham, as you say, Mel, he plays a different kind of cricket, but he can be effective, but he needs to go at a decent strike rate, support his partner, and keep the Bears in this. They need to keep that run rate required under 14, you would say, after 10 overs to stay in the hunt. This is running that so hard, put so much pressure because it went straight to the fielder at mid-on. There was never really a run there by Hain because he'd already taken about 3 steps down the track to meet the ball. Said he was going to follow through, keep the bowler under pressure. This is Scrimshaw. He's having a terrific season himself.
You're very good where cricketers come from. Where was George Scrimshaw born?
Burton upon Trent.
Really?
Wow.
I had him down as being really northern, called Scrimshaw.
Well, it's funny you say that. He's a Leeds United fan.
Oh, okay.
I know, George. He's a very, very nice individual.
With a very nice moustache.
Definitely.
Oh, what a shot that is!
Well,
Tom Latham.
Don't bowl there. Do not bowl there. Oh, the pickup is the shot is almost guaranteed to go for 6 here. And that one is right on his hip. Thank you very much. It's just turned a very good over for Scrimshaw. Now into a good over for the Bears.
13 off it already. So right there with the rate. Now more bonus runs for the taking on the final ball. Or bonus run for the taking. But that's good. It's good stuff from the Bears. They can stay on top of this chase. They just need a couple of boundaries every single over. And it's certainly something achievable.
7 overs gone. 83 for 2. Here comes Lloyd Pope into the attack from the pavilion end. A bit breezy out there.
Must be nice.
Swept. Just going to be one.
It's been so hot recently in England with those back-to-back heat waves. It must be lovely to feel a little breeze on your back. As your shirt, the perspiration just sticks your shirt to your back. It must be lovely to have a little cold breeze just to give you a little bit of respite.
Or as we call it in Australia, summer.
We get 2 weeks of it here. Well, don't mean to brag. Nowadays we get 3 weeks of it here, so you know we're gonna be as hot as Ibiza soon. So risky. He loves coming down the track. Sam Hain, you're always in the game as a slower bowler. You toss it further up in the air and try and push a quick one past him, but this is a different kind of challenge for the Bears. The slower bowlers, I still believe, even though some of the Bears bowlers travelled a bit, they're the ones who are harder to get away, particularly when they hold it in the air. A bit like that. Just gave the ball plenty of air there, Pope. Didn't worry about a big swipe across the line or anything like that. Just let the ball go up in the air and let the batter do the work. Try and inject the power into it themselves with their shots. But they're still well in this game, the Bears. Don't need to get carried away, even if they have to eat up a couple of runner ball overs. Well in this chase.
Am I dreaming, or did you tell us something really interesting about Lloyd Pope earlier?
Well, he's been playing in the Birmingham Prem
Oh,
for Barnt Green. And he was also the leading wicket taker for the Strikers at this year's Big Bash. Very good bowler is Lloyd Pope.
Yeah, the Bash is always confusing, isn't it? Because is it this year's? Is it last year's? Is it the overlap of years? Is one of the most frustrating things I think about cricket statistics, because you get them by season. So it was like, you remember the 89-90 tour? Do you remember the 92-93 tour? Do you remember the Big Bash of 2011-12? That was great.
You're always giving him. He's given him. Finger went up very, very slowly. But he's on his way. Missed the sweep. And it's a third wicket down with a score on 87, and Latham's gone for 25.
Feels like a harsh decision to me. That was really borderline whether or not it was pitching in line with leg stump, but it was turning quite sharply as well, so it may well have turned past off stump. The umpires decided that it's pitching in line with leg and hitting off, so, I mean, can feel a bit hard done by Latham, possibly, but it's a big blow for the Bears. They do have batting to come, of course, but he was just starting to find his groove. That pickup shot off his pads, the lovely, beautiful timing on that cut shot behind square. He was looking good and offering excellent support to Sam Hain, but right now he's walking back to the dugout.
Absolute masterstroke to bring Pope in at this point. What an over that is from the Aussie. Just 4 singles coming from it and getting the breakthrough as well. Pace off, but he pulled back his length.
He's moving an awful lot there,
and it's going past the off stump. It's definitely going past off stump. Just if you take another look at this, okay, it's pitching in line, but it's definitely going past off stump for me. It's a harsh call, but I mean, it's just the way the game goes. Some go for you, some go against you. It reminds me of the 1920 season of the Bash. I'm sorry. I'll stop now, I promise.
Here comes Jacob Bethel. He's at the crease to join Sam Hain. These two like batting together. But it's Hain who is on strike, and Ravi Bopara is into the attack from the far end.
Yeah, I think this is really smart captaincy at the moment. Good tactics. Just get the pace off the ball at the moment. Now managed to break up that partnership that was really just starting to click. And real key now, I think, is Sam Hain staying out there for the Bears. Bethel can be very destructive.
Single to Bethel. So that single prior from Sam Hain, that was his 35th run, which I think means...
Yep, 5,000 career T20 runs for the Hain train in his 173rd appearance in the format. So, well batted, Sam. I think we've lost count the amount of times that we've said that over the years. Mr. Reliable for this county cricket club, and yeah, he's got plenty more work to do in this one.
I was going to say, we need to be more reliable than ever today, I think. And if we could get us up to about 5,100 for his career, that would be quite handy. One more to the total, 90 for 3.
Yeah, just 4 runs coming off the last over, and Bapara starting off giving up just 3 singles. So they've really put the pressure on the Bears here now, because they're going to have to try and come out on the attack pretty soon. You don't want to have 2 or 3 overs go by where they haven't scored at least 1 boundary.
Bit of grey coming in Ravi's beard. Not wrong with a bit of grey in the beard. I'm all for it myself. That's going to go for a single.
Yeah.
How old is he now?
Ravi Bapara's, I think, a touch older than me. She's 40. He's 40.
Touch older than you?
Yeah,
Is where you were going?
Yeah. Touch old. Well, I wasn't a huge fan of grey in beards, but as I get older, funnily enough,
Yeah.
I'm coming on board.
Yeah,
I'm getting on board.
absolutely.
Yeah. When I learned how expensive those hair darkening products are, I'm all about the greys. Oh, he's done really well here, Bapara, as you were saying. He's just kept things so tight. All that experience as well of knowing exactly how to squeeze batters, particularly when they're looking to go after you. It's so evident.
Yeah, five singles now. So this ball, if it doesn't go, that's 2 overs in a row with no boundaries and a wicket. And it doesn't go. That's well bowled.
Yeah, good
Really
dot ball
well
to
bowled.
finish, wasn't it? 92 for 3 then from 9 overs. The run rate now up to about 13.5 per over as they try and chase down this total of 241. It's going to be an exciting afternoon, and to put us in the mood, give us a thumbs up, I reckon. What do you? Yeah, thumbs up indeed.
Just the one.
Let's get the stream liked. Just one will be fantastic. Don't forget to subscribe to the stream as well. If you've got any comments to make, you can make your comments beneath the stream too, or of course you can post them on any of our social media accounts at Warwickshire CCC. But the thumbs up is the most important thing you can do this afternoon. Oh, and to keep watching.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah, don't stop watching. Keep watching. You could see a record run chase here. If the Bears pull this off, it's something that's never been done before. We are very excited. And they're still in this game. 2 exciting batters out in the middle.
Pope again.
Oh!
Down the
Launched it.
ground
Oh.
from Sam Hain.
Well, he's had enough, Sam Hain. It's been a couple of overs since we've had a boundary. Lloyd Pope was all over them in his first over. So Sam Hain, he says he's gone alpha. I'm going to get on top of Pope. I just have to be careful with this next ball, though.
Well, yeah. We were only discussing, of course, on Wednesday how you and Sam Hain have a lot in common.
We do. And there's a bit of an Aussie connection out there in the middle as well now.
Well, I thought you'd got
Pope
400 runs in the blast this
Yeah, well,
season.
there's
Have you
that
not nearly?
too.
Yeah. Close.
She did deny impending fatherhood on Wednesday, though, when I mentioned that as well. But do you know they both write left-handed?
Oh, do you both?
Yes.
Really? Interesting. Yeah.
Yes, there's all sorts of things. Lloyd Pope's an interesting one. He first really came to the attention of Australians at Under-19s World Cup.
Mm. Oh, what a shot.
It's a great shot from Jacob Bethel. Really good. 4 more to the total.
Well, the
Hundreds
ball-
up.
It was there to be put away, wasn't it? Just drifting down the leg side. Jacob Bethel making the most of it. Yeah, Lloyd Pope, he had a really good Under-19s World Cup for Australia, and at the time, like there always is, whenever you get a spinner coming along in Australia, everyone gets very excited.
We had a couple of really good ones, haven't they, over the years? But yeah, I mean, so which year? When was that? Would that have been Under-19s for Pope?
Aaron's going to tell me, what year was it?
2018, and I still remember the game. He took 8 for 35 against
Yeah.
England. 8 for.
Only 7 years ago. No offence to Popey, obviously, but you know.
I was thinking it, and you said
Well,
it.
he had this. He didn't have the beard, of course, and he had this wild red, bright red hair.
Oof.
So it was very distinctive looking. You get leggies, and this, everyone, of course, starts talking about Shane Warne.
Oof.
Bethel not quite. Oh, there's a misfield.
Oh dear.
Well, that's a bonus.
Doesn't happen
Real
too
bonus.
often. Ben Sanderson there, and they're going back for a third. Excellent running from Bethel and Hayne.
Just like that, the over becomes what the Bears need. They need sort of 14 and over at the moment. There's a 13-14, and that misfield got them there, so takes the pressure off. Well, just maintains the same level of pressure, I would say.
Hayne on to 44, Bethel on to 9, and at this stage, the Steelbacks were 127 for 1. Looks daunting, but...
Well, you also have to remember the way that they did pull them back
They
in
did.
those last 5 overs.
Yep.
6 for 51 they took. So there's different ways to build an inning. So while the comparisons are valuable, at times you have to remember, it's almost like with the worm, isn't it? Just when it gets really steep, when it flattens out.
I like that expression. Different ways to approach chase.
Here's Papara. He's beaten Bethel outside the off stump. Ricardo is on his way.
It's like day 4 of the test match. That Let's just beat the outside edge. Ravi Bapara still going and still going strong for his various teams that he plays for. He plays as a coach this year in the PSL. He's coaching the Karachi Kings in the Pakistan Super League.
Here he is again to Jacob Bethel. Cuts him away beautifully for 4. 110 for 3. The wise words of wisdom that are about to come from Ricardo Gordon, who's been watching the last 5 overs and will tell us how he thinks this run chase is building.
Big partnership. This is a massive partnership for the Bears here. I was just watching it from the back there, following it on my phone in terms of the scorecard, and you think a 50 from Bethel here and a 50 from Hayne sets it up really well. Oh, bloody hell.
He's bowled him. He's bowled him. Apologies for the language. 110 for 4. Bethel's on his way.
Commentator's curse.
Indeed,
Oh
went
my
for the big
goodness.
hit.
And curse.
Yeah, 13 off of 10 balls. Papara strikes. And it's 110 for 4.
Yeah, he's a canny bowler, Ravi Bapara. He knows that the batters are going to go after him. He knows they're trying to hit him through the line. And he just has to stay in the game. He keeps things wicket to wicket as Ravi Bapara, not express pace or anything like that, but keeps things wicket to wicket, which means you're always in with a chance. And Jacob Bethel maybe feeling the urge to up the scoring rate, wanting to go after Bopara, put him under pressure, has a big old swing, doesn't connect, and there's a bit of frustration there as well as he flicks the top of what was his off stump. It's a big wicket there because Bethel, as we know, has the power to clear the boundary with ease, and could have used a few lusty blows from him today. Well, it's not to be. It's going to be Ed Barnard walking out to join Sam Hayne, and he's got a lot of work to do here. Ed Barnard, he's played a really good season, I would say, Ed Barnard, with bat and ball, just all-round performances, but might need to put in the performance of a lifetime here today to get the Bears over the line.
He was up here after the Lancashire game. He batted incredibly well that evening. Hit the first ball for 6, to be fair.
I think what's quite interesting here so far is how Northants views Ravi Bapara, and equivalent to Ravi Bapara for us would have been Ed Barnard. And we can see how Ravi Bapara, obviously very experienced player, but the tricks and how so far they're gripping, the ball's just gripping into the surface, which is making it quite hard to hit through the line of the ball. So it's quite interesting to see how he finishes his spells tonight, if his spell will be as effective as it started. Obviously, key man here for us is Sam Hayne.
You feel like he's going to need support from at least 1 or 2 players. Like Sam can take it deep and bat the way he's batting. He's playing beautifully, going at almost a 200 strike rate, which is fine, but you need some support the other end, some big hits, lusty blows.
Well, you're going to rely on Barnard and Garton from here, really, as the 2 crucial ones, you'd feel. Well, Barnard does go.
It's like a
Good chipping,
it's like a bit of
bouncing away.
like a sandwich.
Has it gone over? No. No, they're going to get 3, though. They'll complete the 3rd. That completes the 11th over, with the score moving on to 115 for 4. We're going to see the return of Luke Proctor, who Sam Hain certainly took a liking to last time out. He went for 19 from his first over. Barnard's going to be on strike. 9 overs to go then. 54 balls, 126 required. Sounds a tall order.
The Steelbacks definitely thinking pace off is an option here.
Yeah, they've done that really well. Just put the impetus on the batters to try and inject the pace, to inject the power, to try and clear the boundaries. It's tough to do when you come in straight away to try and dictate the pace of the game.
Yeah, whereas the Bears have Gleeson, Garton, Hassan Ali and
pace,
Miles,
yeah.
who are easily quicker than Proctor, Bopara, and maybe even Willie. And you see the only one within that same sort of 80-mile-an-hour range is Grimshaw.
Yeah, it's the challenge for the Bears. Sometimes those seamers are a huge boon. The quicker it comes, there's a risk involved, isn't there? Yeah, the further it goes sometimes. Certainly the case.
It's going to be one more. 3 singles.
Yeah, that's good cricket. Even though you may not be striking, even though you may not be scoring the boundaries, but the ability to rotate strikes still, even at this format of the game, makes it hard for the bowler to build pressure and work on a game plan.
The other thing, not wanting to be a doom and gloom merchant, is you don't want to lose big either, because the net run rate, with everyone tied up on those 28 points at the minute, those tailing in behind on 24, could become really important. So a sensible run chase to get you within striking distance is absolutely key. I know you love your net run rate.
Yeah, it's crucial.
Yeah.
It is crucial. As I said, I was tuned into the live stream and I loved the little shout out about the net run rate. Right? So, yeah, 100%. Net run rate is crucial, especially in tournament cricket.
Well, I'll make some room, but he got followed by Proctor.
Nice. It's been a much better over this from Proctor. His first over, he was all over the place, being pummeled by Sam Hain, and particularly into that leg side. But he's come back quite strongly here. And the squeeze is on really now.
Need a boundary.
Northamptonshire. We need a boundary to finish this over. Ideally, a shot that clears the boundary, if possible. Oh, straight up
Barnard knew he needed a boundary.
Chance.
Gone. Catch taken quite comfortably. And it's Ravi Bopara with a catch. And Proctor strikes. Barnard's on his way for 6. 119 for 5 after 12 overs.
Yeah, it was coming. They needed a big hit. They needed to finish that over strong, the Bears. Ed Barnard knew that, rather selflessly attempted a big hit. And, well, there wasn't really much else to do. He's trudging off now, and it's going to be replaced by George Garton in a moment. But it looks difficult for the Bears, and really the big difference for me between the two sides. You've got Sam Hain at the moment approaching a half century at what looks like it'll be a 200 strike rate or thereabouts. We had 3 players for Northants do that, and 2 of them in tandem, which can really take the steam out of the opposition, take the air out of the tyres. And right now, it's they've not been able to replicate that level of hitting across the board, the Bears, and that's why they're in a little bit of a spot of bother right now. 122 needed off 48. It's tough going.
It is, and no surprise, Bopara 1 for 14 from 2 will continue from the Birmingham end.
He still gets a little bit of movement off the surface as well, doesn't he, Ravi Bopara? Because you don't really think of the movement from sort of I don't think he'll mind saying a slower medium pace bowler, but...
Oh, yeah, I was going to say Dobber, but if you...
Prettied it up pretty well. I think the evolution, though, of a cricketer from in the modern day era is something to admire. So if you can see Warwickshire in his heyday would have been someone who would have ran up, nipped the ball around, but how he's evolved to running up, disguising what he's doing with the ball to make the batter think about something, just playing on the psychological aspect of it all is quite something to admire.
It is. That's not bad for a first ball, though, from George Garden. It was short and wide and awful, really, from Papara, and Garden gave it the treatment. And that was a lovely shot. And a lot more of that, the Bears, but it's a rare sign of poor execution from Bopara today. He's been very, very good, but he just offered one up, maybe flagging a bit, third over on the bounce.
Yeah, you can hide what you like from Garts. I don't think he particularly cares. There we go. No, this time strike the pad.
I think what Gart's done really well that first ball is what so far the difference between the two batting displays has been. Two sides, first innings, stand still, watch the ball, react.
Yeah.
Second innings, backing away, two caught by the keeper, trying to create room. You see the difference between Sam Hain, he stays still. If he's playing an option, he might create a bit of room, but he's staying still. Gart's there, first ball, stay still, bang, 4 runs. Next ball's trying to reverse sweep, stay still.
Yeah.
You watch Garts when he hits the ball at his best is when he's still, and he sets a strong base, sets himself, and he accesses the balls.
Sorry, I can see Adam chuckling next to you because he's watching our camera operator practicing the shots.
Well, no, I don't.
Just don't do it with the camera, mate. Don't move the camera.
No, he's had to take his shoe off because a wasp was trying to get him.
Oh, is that what he was doing?
So he was trying to deal with the said wasp with his trainer off.
I thought he was trying to play a cover drive.
Which was quite funny, to be fair, to watch.
Listen, if you want to get rid of a wasp, a cover drive's not the worst option.
Well, I think his problem is he's got some sauce out there, so I think he's looking down just below us. They probably like the sauce. 125 for 5. One ball to come here from Bopara. Garts, what did he get on Friday? 30 odd, wasn't it?
Yep, 36.
Yeah.
Some
Excellent.
very, very handy low order runs, those for the Bears.
Just to prime you, dot balls and boundaries I'm going to ask you about in a minute, just so you can be ready to go.
And just one. I thought he might try and push for the second, but picked out the fielder. So 49 off 27.
Yeah, 13 overs, 126 for 5. How many dot balls have the Northampton bowled?
Yeah, so already 16, which compared to the entirety of the Bears innings was 27, so they are well ahead in that metric. In terms of boundaries, the Bears aren't actually doing too bad, so 13 4s and 5 6s. However, if you take a look at the mammoth total that the Steelbacks racked up, well, they had 21 4s and 15 6s, so yeah, plenty of boundaries being struck here in Birmingham today.
115 required off of 42 deliveries. That feels like a lot.
Yeah, it's a tough ask, particularly when you're 5 down. But not impossible.
Yeah, Super Sam's at the crease.
Wide.
It's got to be a wide, slow ball.
A few of those will help. A few more of those will help. The Bears cause just the extra deliveries, the extra runs. But 114 off 42. It needs more than just one player to contribute. Sam Hain is going well. He needs Garden to match him or better him at the moment for the pair to get anywhere near the target.
There's a 50 though for Sam Hain. Another single to the total. 50 off 28 balls. Boundary count for Sam in this innings, Aaron?
I was just about to say that's his third 50 of the season, and in terms of boundary count for Haney today, well, he's got 5 4s and 2 6s to boot. So an excellent innings. Seems to have been the only one really to have got the timing of the pace as of yet. But yeah, this is 50 valuable runs, and there has actually been a first result in the North Group. Worcestershire have beaten Leicestershire by 6 wickets, so that actually does help the Bears, providing they don't lose by a hefty margin.
Well, it's the least they can do for us. Our camera operator's using their source as we speak, so to attract wasps.
Top ball. Very precious. Just 2 off the over so far.
They're doing a great job, our camera team. We've got a great team behind the scenes bringing you this brilliant stream. It's a great watch.
Just enough from Garton.
Lobbed him.
Over the top of Papara.
There was a bit of Wimbledon action there, wasn't it? It looked like a second serve, that one. A bit of slice on it.
Slow ball bounce to the back of the hand ball from Proctor. I think I prefer when you watch a ball striker like Gartz deal with it that way. His whole waiting, and if he can get in here, face about 15 balls and get to about 20 runs, and he's in that mood, we can see an exciting run chase towards the end. Get down.
He's gone. Haynes gone for 50. Catch taken by Bartlett, straight down his throat, off the bowling of Proctor. And with that, you feel that the pair's hopes have probably just been extinguished. 129 for 6. Haynes on his way for 50 from 29 balls.
Yeah, he's cutting a disconsolate figure at the moment. Sam Haynes, as he takes off his helmet. He didn't really have a ton of support, really. Kept feeling more and more pressure. It's one of those things when that asking rate continues to go past near that 15 mark, which is where it's at now for the Bears. And you feel like you have to keep trying to hit the ball, keep trying to clear the boundary. He got a hold of it quite nicely, but not enough elevation, really, is what I would say on that occasion. And fielder at long on was going to make absolutely no mistake right there, deep on the boundary. A little bit of pace off, perhaps, from the bowler as well, so you're having to generate all the power yourself. And yeah, feels like a bit of a killer blow for the Bears. Sam Haynes walks off now. Hassan Ali's making his way out, so between him and Garton, they can hit a long ball. Might get some entertainment here, at the very least. And, well, I would say, while I would suggest that win predictor is probably at about 2 or 3%, if that, it's still 2 or 3%.
Stranger things.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Stranger things.
As Jim Carrey once said in the film Dumb and Dumber, so you're telling me there's a chance. It's a classic, kids. Check it out.
It's got to be a
Not
wide,
wide,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, it is a wide. All of a sudden, Proctor's not doing pace off. He's decided he wants to
Pace on.
do a bit of pace and try and rattle Hassan.
Cricket
Nothing
is
hassles
such a interesting game. When you sit back and you analyse it, first innings, lots of pace on, 4 quality fast bowlers. Second innings, loads of cutters.
Oh no, that's hurt. That's hurt him. He pulled the ball off a thick inside edge onto his foot. Oh no, he's in pain. He's just trying to walk it off. Don't show any pain. You're on camera. Don't do it, Hassan. Don't show anything. Don't give anything away. It hurts though. Oh, it hurts. It really hurts.
He's wearing it well though.
You can't show pain with hair like that. It's not allowed.
Look at this. Oh God, right that inside edge. Bang. It came off hard. Oh, he's still limping a bit there, Hassan. He's trying to wear it, but that would have really hurt. It's the bit of your shoe that has the least amount of protection as well.
1 for 4 off
Those
that
are
over.
horrible when you hit them into your ankle.
Oh, man, that's so painful. You can feel the pain. You get the phantom pain.
Proctor went for 19 off his first over. His last 2 have gone for 8 runs, 1 wicket.
Terrific comeback, that. I mean, I feel like that
Big
first
wicket.
over, there was a lot of ideas there. We talked about the conference they had. It was the last over of the power play as well. So, you know, they were trying to talk about ideas and things like that. And I feel like he had maybe too many ideas, thinking about too many different things. Just simplifying the process has really helped Proctor, as has bowling to newer batters. And he's come back strongly.
Talking of coming back, here's Scrimshaw. Garton's gone up in the air, outside edge. Going to be caught is by McManus. And it's 7 on the way. And the one thing we said we didn't want to happen is a capitulation because of the run rate. That's 130 for 7.
Yeah, there's still net run rates to play for, lads. So you sort of admire the idea
Not
of
sure
like
of the plan here. I'm not sure of what the idea behind it is. Obviously, looking to chase the total down, but like we said in the power play, we wouldn't want anything reckless. Now we're just looking at.
Yeah, Garton disappointed as he walks off. You sort of understand the instinct to go for it, to try and play some big shots, but it's an impossible balance, really, because you want to not be bowled out. You want to take the game as deep as possible, keep scoring as many as you possibly can, so that your net run rate doesn't tumble, particularly with everything quite precariously placed in the North group. But equally, you don't want to just sort of knock it around for 1s and 2s with the asking rate shooting up towards 17 now. So It's a good catch that from McManus, actually, just watching it back, because it was swerving in the air. He had to really follow it and track it back a long way beyond the 30-yard circle as well, so it's done well.
Again, George Scrimshaw there hitting a length. Garton advancing down the pitch, trying to neutralise that length, but can only hit it up in the air. Danny Briggs stays still in the crease and punches one through the covers. Again, like I was saying earlier on, cricket is such a strange game, because at times you look at it and think, is there a one way to deal with it? And you can say there isn't, because everyone has a perception, right? However, if it worked for the team firstly, why wouldn't it work for us? You know, in terms of the batting, we can see everyone that has tried to create space, come down the ground, and rather than hitting strong cricket shots, has perished. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Northants, Scrimshaw running in, carry on after this ball. Again, everyone who's stood still, hit the ball well, has done really well. Yeah. It's a strange one. Bretsky didn't look to advance down the ground. First boundary he struck was he was waiting to see if Gartz was going to nip the ball back in. He didn't. Just cover drive straight through the covers. Then he got another one fuller. Same again. So it's just interesting to see how two different batting units have gone about chasing some runs.
They lost 5 wickets for 43 runs. Which at any time, and we talked about how the Steelbacks lost kind of 40-odd. In that, scored 40-odd in the last 5 overs for 5 or 6 wickets.
Yeah, they lost 6 wickets for 50 runs.
50 runs.
In the last 5 overs.
But you can do that when you're 180 for 2, can't you? But you can't really do it when you're chasing.
And the game's pretty much gone for the Bears at the moment. They need an A.B. de Villiers level century here to win this match from
And Canny Danny's the man.
We all know scoreboard pressure plays a big part in it, right?
Yeah.
However, you still got to look at yourself and say to yourself, right, as a batting unit, we have our plans, and it just seems like the plan has just absolutely gone out the window since the last 5 overs.
Last ball then of the 15th over. 136 for 7.
You look at that sort of ball to a higher, to a top order batter, that would have been 6 into the short leg side boundary. So, and it's a case of, if we say, boys, right, it's gripping a bit. Bapara is going to be quite tricky.
Yeah, that's one for the total. 137 for 7 off 15. Proctor's going to finish his spell with his 4th over, 137 for 7. Danny Briggs will be on strike. 104 required, 30 balls remaining. Down the ground from Danny Briggs, it'll just be 1. David Willey on the ropes, doing the fielding.
Yeah, so as I was saying, you work it out. Proctor's come on, he's bowled 1 over, 19 runs. You think, right, what's he going to do? Is he going to bowl a few cutters? Right, how are we going to mitigate that? Where can we strike him for a boundary?
I'm not sure Hassan's connected with anything apart from the one he chopped into his into his foot so far. He's certainly swinging through with all those arms.
Seems like they're running behind time as well, because Proctor's jogging back to his mark to avoid any penalisation on the field.
It's better. It's just 1 to the total though.
No, we've commented a lot on the batting display from the Bears. However, the Steelbacks display here in defending this total of 241 has been quite clinical. Obviously, power play was always going to be a high-scoring affair with the new ball and this pitch being so good today.
Yeah, they have bowled very well. Oh, Briggs, he's got all of that. What a shot that is. That's over the sound tent. 6 runs from Danny Briggs.
Can he, Danny? Can he provide a little bit of a surprise here
Well, they need a lot more of those if he is. But yeah, that was. It was almost a top edge, but he's absolutely walloped it or larruped it, as we might say. So it's gone the distance.
Oh, lovely shot from Briggsy. He's just wrapped that for 4.
Stayed still, waited for his ball, deposited him over wide long on for 6, and then he had the idea, the inkling that he would go full and he'd go fast, and then he just ramped him over short fine leg for 4. Danny Briggs here has got the best of Luke Proctor in these next 2 balls. Big ball this. Luke Proctor will be looking to finish his spell and finish this over off. Watch it on the replay. Waited for it really well there.
Not ball to finish the over. 12 off it. 149 for 7. Aaron, looking at what might happen here, we start to cast our eyes elsewhere.
We do, yep, and we'll start at Old Trafford in the clash of the table toppers. Lancashire need 12 runs off the final 2.2 overs against Durham with just 3 wickets in hand, so that'll be an interesting one. And then in the other game taking place in the North Group, Derbyshire have beaten Yorkshire by 8 wickets at Headingley. So that one is a result. We'll keep you updated with that score from Manchester as well.
Scrimshaw again to Hassan Ali. 1 more to the total. We need Hassan to connect with a few here, really, don't we?
2 off 6. Not the strike rate desired.
Well, I don't mind him getting that single off the first ball and giving the strike to Briggs, who played some terrific shots in that last over. And you do feel if they're going to at least narrow the gap and reduce the net run rate damage, he might be able to do that.
Oh, top edge. We'll take that for 4. It was interesting technique from Danny there.
Well, if you're going to edge it, make sure that you edge it very hard and high enough to clear the keeper. That's exactly what he's done. It's a good little knock. He's very quickly got up to 21 of just 9 deliveries. And importantly, still has the strike and 4 deliveries to play with.
I mean, the fact that the run rate is about 4 a ball is neither here nor there. Just doesn't want to damage
well
that
played.
net run
Well
rate.
played.
Yeah, that's a nice shot, isn't it?
Just gets a single though. So now, what does Hassan Ali do? He's been trying to hit the stitches off the ball at various points and hasn't been connecting, but still 3 in this over. Does he try and get another single and give Danny Briggs another couple of balls to play with?
I think Hassan should be a lot more confident in his ability to strike Scrimshaw over deep square.
Oh, he's gone square on the leg side and he's out. Well, he finally made decent contact and he's on his way for 2, Hassan. Off 7 balls, it's a comfortable catch. And it's 155 for 8.
Yeah, just picked out Bretsky out there on the rope. So again, now you have a new batter coming in, and they're going to be on strike for 2 balls. You've got to hand it to the Steelbacks. They have played this absolutely perfectly after getting those big runs on the ball, the big total. They've done a terrific job in defending.
He's got a lot about on that, to be fair.
Tried to fetch it from a long way outside off stump.
Yeah, and it's the long boundary out there as well. If he'd been at the other end, that probably would have been 6 and into the Holly stand.
Craig Miles is the new batter. 155 for 8. Briggs on 22. 86 more required. Top ball from Scrimshaw.
Using his height, using his pace, welcoming Craig Miles to the crease with a short ball.
Just a little apologies there as well. Hit him on the shoulder.
And then he's just clipped the helmet, and we've called on for this concussion protocol. ECB new regulation: anytime there's an impact to a player's helmet, whether it be a fielder or a batter, you must do the concussion protocol. New safety protocols within the game to protect the players.
Oh, whatever the test is bringing a smile to faces. So,
You're right, Craig. Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
what questions do they actually ask? Do you know?
Come on, recorder. You're the man in the know.
Oh, questions are asked. Check the mobility and consciousness by tracing the eyes. What day, time, place. Hard one for a lot of us to remember our date of birth.
End of the over. 17 gone. 156 for 8. Another Bears-related news today. Good runs for Hamza Sheikh, who's captaining the under-19 side. 84 for him today. Out of 2-1-1 for 3. That game taking place down at Beckenham. 3 overs remaining here then. What can the Bears get up to? And how much damage, let's ask the mathematician in the corner, how much damage to run rate are we looking at here?
Yeah, quite a bit actually, and there is a scenario now that Lancashire have beaten Durham by 3 wickets at Old Trafford. I'll touch upon it after this ball from Sanderson.
Oh, you little tease. One more to Milo.
There is a possibility, and this is worst case scenario for the Bears, that Northants could actually leapfrog them on net run rate. We'll have to do the maths on that, see what the kind of threshold is, but if that means the Bears were to win on the last day against Derbyshire, Northants were to lose, Northants would still be ahead, potentially, in that facet.
Yes, because they were on a minus before today, weren't they,
Yep.
the Steelbacks? Okay.
Get over. Skip on.
Is he going to get there? Yes, it
it's gone
is.
for 4.
4 more for Danny Briggs, on to 26.
Continues his wonderful ball striking. Danny Briggs here.
No, they needed this earlier. They needed someone like Danny Briggs out there with Sam Hain, and they had the batting firepower. They do have the batting firepower, the Bears, but that score just so high.
Safe. Just
With
one
the-
to the total.
With these high run chases, right, you got following 15 balls left. Let's say we get it down to 40 odd. Now you start to look at the fine margins in the game. You're thinking, where did the 40 runs, where did we concede them in the field? And then you think about the same 40 runs.
Dropped.
Where did we miss the 40 runs with the bat? And then you start to look at it and think, maybe 240 wasn't that daunting of a total, and that is how cricket is. You see, and I think, like we said during the power play, probably as we see this replay, Sanderson back of the hand slow ball to Miles, just dropping short there of Lloyd Pope or Proctor there at extra cover. Can it get past? No. Dot ball again here from Sanderson.
7 off the over so far. 1 ball to come.
Probably look at when you look at, they did lose 2 wickets after getting off to a bright start. They were 2 for 87 in the 8th over, but they were 3 for 110 in the 11th over, and I still thought at that point,
It was game on still, wasn't it?
You know, yeah, it was game on.
Bowling. Well bowled there from Sanderson. Danny Briggs looking to step away to give himself a bit of room. Sanderson with a back of the hand slow ball, deceiving Danny Briggs there. Closes the over out. It's these little key moments as well. Even when the Bears were taking wickets towards the back end, still weren't capable of closing the overs out. You can see here, started over there, first ball single, then two singles, and then 2 dot balls. It's those little fine margins when you start to look at it as well. Like you were saying there, that the wicket of Bethel at that time was a crucial blow as well from the Steelbacks. That really started to put a dent into the Bears' chase.
Oh, it's another spilled chance. It's going to go to 4. Well, the catch is put down on the boundary rope and parried across. And it goes for 4 runs, and George Bartlett did himself a bit of mischief landing there, I think. 4 to Miles, though. He's on to 7. 167 for 8.
Grimshaw's not going to be happy with that at all. For the previous over, top edge. Oh, it's gone straight in and straight out. Craig Miles with a lap behind square.
That's 4 more.
Nice, down there.
Oh, is it?
Picked up by Lloyd Pope this time. At fine leg. Single scored.
I can't see over there.
That's why I did peek behind the corner here.
A little blind spot. Yeah, just at that point, I think that when they introduced Lloyd Pope into the attack, and then the next over was it Baparo who bowled the next one. That was when the squeeze came.
Top edge this time from Danny Briggs. Safe, but just 1. The worry is, Aaron, just looking at the table, there's a lot of teams who've played a game less who are hovering behind, i.e. the likes of Foxes, who are 24. I know they've got to play Durham. The Outlaws, 12 games, 24 points. It's all looking a bit scary and tight, isn't it?
It is, yep. But that's the North Group. It's like that every single year, isn't it? It's so unpredictable, and yeah, it looks as though we'll be in for another grandstand finish.
We'll all be watching the other scores and seeing what's going on, and all the little calculator merchants in the back working the net run rate. So if this happens, that happens, this happened. All the scenarios will be playing out in our head. I think by the time this T20 Blast group stage is all finished, we'll be all needing a nap from all the mathematics we've had to be doing.
That's why I just look up websites. I'm no good with the maths.
Yeah, working out all the scenarios that are going to be possible. I had a look at it earlier on before we came on air, and I said this is going to be crucial. These 4 points for either one of these teams would have been crucial here tonight.
Well, you get a Derbyshire, of course, who are bottom of the table. That's the only bonus you can draw from that on Friday for the final game. Oh, he's gone. Miles is gone for 8. 169 for 9. And there are 7 balls left. Richard Gleeson will come and join Danny Briggs just to see how many more runs these two can squeeze out of this final 7 deliveries.
And almost dare just come out and try and survive this first ball and just see what Briggs can do in the final over to try and limit the damage, at the very least face out these last 7 balls, try and get as many out of them as you can. Just a little feather.
If he had left there, it would have been wide.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
See it here from the replay. That's well outside that blue line. Don't know where we're hitting that one.
And we're looking at a fairly heavy defeat here. When did we last suffer a defeat by this kind of magnitude of runs? That might be one for you to have a dig through.
Yeah, we'll have a look through the archives for that, but I'm just trying to work out the net run rate at the minute. I'm not sure whether or not I'll do that by the cut-off point in this game, but yeah, either way, this will be a hefty swing in favour of the Steelbacks.
Dot ball to finish. 169 for 9. 1 over to go.
Same again, Adam. Finishing the over off, even though you're talking about bowling to the lower order bat. We're not going to use tail enders. We use lower order batters. They've somehow found a way to get 3 dot balls and that wicket ball, which is the double bonus, as Mal said earlier on. And it's just really squeezing whatever momentum that was created in the first half of the over.
Briggsy 28 off of 15. He's on strike. Last over to be bowled by Sanderson, who is wicketless so far, but like Hassan Ali was. They may be the leading wicket takers in the north, but as things stand, they're both going home without anything today.
Funny old game, cricket.
We built them up at the start.
Yeah.
Although we have been dealing in a bit of a batsman's paradise, I think it's fair to say.
It's definitely
Maybe so. Not maybe so in this second inning so far. Only one batter getting a notable score of 50, and that is Sam Hain. But
Pressure. It's all about pressure, Recordo, isn't it?
Diamonds are built under pressure, though, Adam.
Well, they are. One more to the total.
Right. What can Richard Gleeson do here?
Survive.
Wow.
Not renowned for his batting, is it?
Does net run rate, is it affected by being bowled out, Aaron? Or is it wickets only?
It's more down to the amount of overs taken.
Yeah, the balls are remaining.
Yeah, that's the biggest factor.
Oh.
Drop short. Can get down.
Ooh,
Great
yeah,
effort.
didn't quite get there. Tried his best, did Vasconcelos.
That's a great effort there in the deep. Might have just slipped through his hands there. Throws his head back in disappointment with himself. Back of down slow ball to Richard Gleeson. Makes good ground to get there. Just slips through his hands. Does a little forward roll, gets up and chucks it in.
It would have been an absolute blinder if he managed to pull that off.
That one from Rob Yates should make the highlight reel this year for the Blast best catches. Scooped it, just looked like it was just an inch off the floor, Yates' catch on Wednesday night.
It was a full metre behind him. It was
Phenomenal.
unbelievable. It should make any highlights reel, not just for the Blast.
Cricket's greatest catches.
It's one of the best. Loved it. 2 balls to go. 173 for 9. I'm sure Sam Hain's probably strolled away with the Talbot's Law Player of the Match vote today on our social media channels. Down the ground, spilled again. It was a difficult chance, but it's put down by Bartlett.
Good running from Richard Gleeson, capitalising on that drop chance.
I mean,
Bartlett's
it's a little. We did have some. Yeah, I'm not sure when the scores are as they are. Playing the Wild Pass is particularly clever, but there we go. 175 for 9. 31 for Briggsy. What's his top score in this Blast? Aaron? Danny Briggs top score? Today? Yeah. There he goes again. That's up in the air this time, and no, it's landed short. They're trying for the run out. Is he got back? No, he's out. Gleeson's run out. Oh, they'll get one, and it will finish 176. All out from 20 overs, which means it's a victory by 64 runs for the Northamptonshire Steelbacks. Unbeaten at the end, Danny Briggs on 32, but it was always an imposing total from the Steelbacks, and it's been too much for the Bears today. Beaten by 64 runs, 176 all out. Briggs finishing on 32 from 19, his highest Blast score. And qualification now very much in the hands of others as well, really. A win today would have seen them pretty much guaranteed of a place in the quarterfinals. But this hefty defeat will have impacted the net run rate as well, and means that the Steelbacks will have a better run rate despite starting the day potentially on minus. But it's 4 points for the Steelbacks. They move up on to 32 and will go second in the table behind Lancashire. Durham will sit third, and the Bears in 4th place as things stand. It's a 64-run win for the Steelbacks, and in a moment Artif, Mel and Ricardo will look back on this afternoon's action.
Every great team has its unsung heroes. The all-rounders, the heavy lifters, putting their organisation on the map. We're talking about you, the humble IT engineer, supporting EdgBLASTon across the season. They're the ones delivering, day after day.
Well, it wasn't to be for the Bears today. We billed it as a chance for them to virtually guarantee qualification for those quarterfinals. We billed it as a chance to make history with a historic run chase, but it wasn't to be today. And so the fans leave disappointed from EdgBLASTon. Congratulations to the Steelbacks, though. They played a very, very good game of cricket. And when we look back to it, that 64-run win recorded, I mean, they earned that win with essentially a batting performance that took the game away from the Bears.
Yeah, 100%. As we said, at the halfway stage, it was some great ball striking, some top-level batting skill on show from your Bretsky and Vesconchalis, and then backed up there by David Willey. Yes, the Bears, we did pull a little bit of momentum back towards the back end of their innings to stop them from scoring what could have been at one point your 250s, even your 270s at some point it could have been. So we went into the halfway stages thinking, you know what, okay, 240, though it's imposing, is it gettable? Yeah, 110%. So, yes, we started the power play really well, but as you can see, Northants would...
You do have to flip it and say the Bears maybe didn't work out those adjustments earlier. They had a different adjustments earlier. They had a different bowling attack as well. But there was all that, the pace options, the high-quality pace bowlers, but they were just going for an awful lot of runs. So maybe there were some other options that they could have turned to when they had the ball in hand to try and stop that flow of runs. But you've got to give some credit to the Steelbacks and particularly, the likes of Vasconcelos early and especially Matthew Bretsky, who I thought was outstanding today. He timed the ball beautifully, and with the assistance that was on offer, that was what really set the tone, I think, for the Steelbacks.
Well, let's take a look at some of the highlights from this half of the game, the second innings. A lot of this is going to be wickets, I'm afraid. Here's David Willey running in, loads of experience, and just that catch, terrific catch behind. You can see what Alex Davies is trying to do, trying to force the pace a little bit, trying to find those dinky gaps in the ground, but it's very difficult when your back's up against it, and an operator like David Willey, just a hint of movement there off the surface, took it away, and
there's a lot of these dismissals that are quite in contrast to what was happening in the first innings of the Northants. Yes, credit to David Willey. We know his experience. Again, the same sort of dismissals for your first two wickets. It's quite interesting. Whereas you seen the Northants guys, they were getting caught at long off, long on, or caught with strong cricketing shot options. Whereas there for Dan Mousley probably would have been best served trying to hit that into the Holly stand where they had a short leg side boundary. Here we go. Dismissal of...
That was Latham, wasn't it? And it always felt a little bit unlucky. We watched it. We called it at the time as well. It felt like it was maybe going past off.
Well, it was that point. That was a really good over that was bowled by Lloyd Pope. And that really stopped the momentum, both with the wickets, and he was tidy with his first over. It was followed by an over from Ravi Bopara, and there were no boundaries in that little two-over period. And I think that was actually really crucial because the pressure was ramped right up then.
Two big wickets in either over which made it really crucial. So, like what we were saying, the first innings, yes, we talk about wickets in T20 cricket, but for you to get wickets in T20 cricket, you've got to build some sort of pressure that makes the batters have to think a little bit more irrationally. If a batter in T20 cricket is quite relaxed and they know what they're looking to do, and they know that there's a boundary option coming, then they don't have to stress, they don't have to think. But because they knew here when Lloyd Pope bowled that tight over, Bopara bowled a tight over, Bethel felt like, I have to push it. I have to do something. So.
And Hayne as well. I mean, there in particular, he was batting really well. I think you called it there, Mel. I mean, between Hayne and Latham, they looked like they were starting to build a little bit of fluency. The pair of them, that wicket that Pope took of Latham sort of changed the momentum, because then it was sort of Hayne by himself, new batters looking to impose themselves. Nobody could quite manage Bethel. We saw that big sort of swing across the line where he got bowled to Bopara, and it was just a bit of a procession there. I mean, Hayne felt like he had to go for it, so he tried to clear long on, couldn't quite do it, and we just saw Hassan Ali get caught in the deep in the leg side as well. Just looking to try and be creative and inventive with that stroke play, but it's a long old boundary towards that Pershaw Road side, so it was always going to be challenging. There's another look at the wicket. This time wide outside the off stump. I thought he might have missed it, actually. He swung so hard at it, but it's a long way wide. I think you called it at the time, Recorder. You said if he didn't play at it, would have got a wide for it.
Would have got wide.
It didn't really matter at that point. It was all pretty academic. We got a little bit of entertainment from the tail with some big swings and things like that. Ultimately, Northamptonshire picked up what felt like a bit of an inevitable win at that point. And it felt really inevitable, Mel. I think after sort of 10 overs, is that harsh to say? Like, they needed to go at more than 12, but nearly 13 and over from the 10 over mark.
Yeah, but so it's in the 11th over. They were 3 for 110. That's when they lost the fourth wicket. I think it might have been the end of that over. So I sort of thought they were still in it there, but that was at the point once they lost that fourth wicket where it felt like, that's probably a bridge too far unless you get something absolutely miraculous.
The back-to-back wickets of Bethel and Latham first and then Bethel, that took the complexion of the game completely into Northampton's favour, because at that point now you're going to need somebody else like your Barnard to really step up and strike it tremendously well along with Sam Haynes. So I think, and if you know that you lose Barnard, then therefore you've just lost your last recognised batter in that attack, so then that makes the chase completely hard.
Well, what do they take away from this game as we take a look at this last dismissal as well? It was a run out, direct hit, bang, and the umpire immediately put his finger up. There was no thinking about it, no hesitation, no one whatsoever. And ultimately, it's Northants who are victorious, and congratulations to them. But what about the Bears, Mel? What did they take away from this match? They're coming off a really good run, memorable win on Friday against sort of the local derby. Done a derby 1-2 over Worcestershire, over the Bears. What do they take away from this? How do they sort of recover?
Well, and don't forget, they knocked off Lancashire as well.
Yes.
We were here just a few days before that. So, that they have won a lot of their recent games, and they just got to keep going strongly, haven't they? Unfortunately, it is going to be a matter of looking at what is happening in the other games, and I don't think any team likes that, because they like to have their fate in their own hands. But what can you do? It's a day when the bowling attack was taken apart by a very, very good performance with the bat by the opposition, and they're just going to have to keep positive, aren't they? They're still in it, and that's what they can take away from it. They're still in it. They're just going to have a bit of a nervy time checking things all round.
Well, they certainly are. The calculator data merchants are going to be out, like you called them earlier, Recorder. I enjoyed that expression. Thank you so much, Melinda Farrell. It's been such a pleasure having you with us today.
We're going to elegantly sidle.
Oh,
away.
yeah, no, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's my first time working with Melinda today. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I can see why everybody loves Melinda, because she's awesome. Another person everybody loves and is very, very awesome is a gentleman who's going to join us here on Bears TV. It's the much-loved, record-breaking Mr. Sam Hayne, who's in the house. Sam, great to see you again. Welcome back to Bears TV, my friend. Really nice to see you. And listen, commiserations for today. What's the mood like in the camp?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
A lot of the boys are signing autographs. So yeah, I just thought I'd come straight up here and talk to you guys, which is always nice.
Well, that's nice. Let's talk about something positive. You've broken a couple of records today. First of all, congratulations, 400 plus runs in this season of the Blast, which is fantastic. But also, 5,000 career runs in T20 cricket. What does that feel like to have scored 5,000 T20 career runs?
Well, it means I'm getting old. It means my body's getting a little bit sore after each game. But no, it's nice. Like I've been playing T20 for a little bit now, and I love playing here. I got good. I know what my T20 game's about. I got good clarity at the crease. So yeah, I mean it's always nice to tick off a milestone. But end of the day, unfortunately, we couldn't get over the line today, which is ultimately what counts the most.
It was a lot of runs, 240 to concede. I mean, did it always feel like that was you guys let them get a few too many?
No, not really. Like you just don't know what a good score is. I mean, first of all, the wicket was beautiful. And I thought Bretsky and Dave and a couple of others down the order, they ticked off the score over, and it was actually quite hard to defend. So I think you have to go out with the mindset that anything's chaseable. There was just a couple key partnerships. If we extend those, you never know. But unfortunately, we're on the losing end now. I think it's the North group is still pretty tight. I think we've got to get a win over the line against Derby next week, and we'll see where we get to.
Yeah, there's still obviously we keep talking about calculators here today, but it's got all the net run rates.
Oh man, I've not looked at my phone. I'm staying off it. I'm staying off it,
as you should. But was the difference in the game? You think how they came out and defended that total because their bowlers, their options are a little bit more pace off, which then meant the wicket, as good as it was, became. You got to strike the ball through the line of like your Proctors and your Baparas because they use 8 overs out of them two, whereas our pace attack had a bit more pace on it, which then probably made it a little bit easier to strike through the ball on what seemed like a very good wicket.
Yeah, I think so. I think obviously you guys got the best view in the house, so it's different when you're out there. I think, I mean, it all comes down to risk. I think you're trying to minimise risk as greatly as possible. Another day I thought there was a little bit of luck that went against us. Another day we get the odd one that goes to hand, and maybe that score looks a little bit different. But man, chasing 240, you need not a miracle, but you need everything to come off. And unfortunately, we just couldn't quite get the momentum. Or we did have it for parts, and then it's pretty key. Like when you lose a wicket, you sort of the momentum drops and it swings the other way. So, mate, I don't think we're going to look too much into it. I don't think we can. Obviously, we're trying to still learn. I don't think we've played our full great game yet. I think we showed signs or glimpses throughout the competition, but the pieces are there. We just got to put them together. And mate, cricket's like that. T20 I've certainly seen over my time. It's a fickle game. It can fall either side. So mate, we just got to move on.
Well, we're certain that you will put the pieces together and that you will move on. Thank you so much for your time, Sam. I know you've just finished a game of cricket and you've been rushed up here to join us, but we really appreciate it. I apologise to all the young autograph hunters, the junior Bears that are waiting by. They really wanted to beat Sam Hain, but you can go back and join them if you wish. Sam, thank you so much. Commiserations for today, but congratulations on the record, and we look forward to seeing you break many, many more. So thank you so much for joining us again.
Cheers, guys.
That is Sam Hain of the Bears, an absolute star. The Bears couldn't get over the line today. It would have required a record-breaking performance. It was not to be, but they will be back in action very, very soon. My thanks to everybody for joining us today here on Bears TV in the Bear Den. My thanks to our wonderful team here as well today. We've had Melinda Farrell, we've had Adam Bridge, we've had Aaron Biles, we've had Ricardo Gordon. My name is Atif Nawaz. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We'll see you again soon.